Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Game day. Yeah, game 3. Tigers and Mariners getting ready to square off. I'm not sure Braylon Edwards can get a whole lot more Tigers gear on his body.
It's an orange out. You know what? Look, I have.
Is it an orange out? Is that what they're calling it tonight?
It's an orange out today.
Okay.
When the weather finally permits, it is an orange out. So I had to go rock and roll. Shout out to my boy John. Excited. You know, when I wear like Lions stuff, it's really fraudulent. I'm wearing Lions stuff for the city of Detroit.
It's what you said, fraudulent?
It's fraudulent.
Okay.
It's like James Franklin.
James Fraudulent. I got
there
fraudulent.
There you go, James Fraudulent.
Yeah, that's good.
It's fraudulent because I'm trying to connect with the city. I love the city of Detroit. I'm born here, so I wear the Lions stuff. But y'all know I'm a Jet. You guys know I never played for the Lions. So, I wear my Tigers gear. See, this is authentic. Like, this is me actually being one with the people. This is me being born a year before we win the World Series. So when I wear these colors, I'm even more excited than when I Lions stuff. This right here, this is authentic.
You realize every sweatshirt, it says whatever team built for fall, right? I mean, that's the MLB caption.
Oh, this is legit, too. This is the postseason. I know you can't see it. Let me get over here. This is the postseason right here.
Do you think they're built for fall?
They are legitimately 2 games away from being in the ALCS. So, yes. Like, I think we got to stop looking at it in terms of what the Tigers have done, what the collapse was, et cetera, et cetera. They're tied right now with the Seattle Mariners with a chance to take the lead here at home and actually not even leave the city of Detroit to get to the ALCS. So when you look at it through that lens, yes, they're built to be here.
Okay. I don't know.
You weren't expecting that, huh?
No, I think built for fall means that you're getting to the World Series. You're built for the big moments.
Well, first day of fall was technically 9 days ago, so they're built for fall. Fall meaning fall ball.
Okay.
They got through the first round of the playoffs. This is a chance to get to the ALCS. I think if you get to the ALCS, if you get to the conference championship in any, at any professional level, you at least got there. Like, this makes you built for fall, makes you built for the postseason.
Yeah. So
especially if you don't have a bye week.
We have different views of it. I get the sense. I don't want to take words out of your mouth. I get the sense that if they beat Seattle, it's been a successful season for you. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. For me, it's just not the case.
Yeah.
It's not the case at all. And I am tired of people telling me that's how I should feel and that's the way it is and all this other crap. This division was winnable. You were in comfortably controlling situations with it.
Yeah.
You should have gone further a year ago. Your roster is better. It could have been even better, but I'm not going to dwell on the trade deadline. This whole kumbaya crap of everything's good because we're ahead of schedule. We're playing with house money. I'm happy because they're here. You haven't won a freaking World Series in 41 years. So if your bar is that low, good for you.
Yeah.
My bar's a lot higher. Let's hope they're built for fall. They better be built for fall. Yeah. They should have been built for fall last year. This tagline of built for fall this year, let's hope it comes true. And I hope they do. I hope they win the next 2 games and they're into the ALCS. All we've been told all season long is that the American League is wide open.
Right.
All we were told all season long. That baseball is wide open. Remember, the Dodgers weren't as good. Philly loses Zach Wheeler, how many people really believe in the Brewers? Come on, man. At some point, can we just say, if we can be disappointed with the Lions last year, 15-2, home field advantage, all that other stuff, we can't be disappointed now because they're in the playoffs for the Tigers? I think that's bullcrap.
Yeah, I just look at it through this lens, and you're free to feel how you want to, and I understand that. Like, 100%. You told me how you felt about the Tigers team, not this year, last year, before the season, and what you felt they were. You felt like they were a team that could to ALCS last season, where most people were like, what? It was lucky we got there. So I understand that. 10 years before last year, we hadn't been to the playoffs. That was the last time we had been to the playoffs before last season. It was 10 years before that. Miserable season after miserable season after miserable season, after player gone, after new GM, after new owner.
Yep.
Excuse me, not new owner. But you get to
live through it. Yep.
They're 100%. You get the gist of what I'm saying. And I'm looking at it through this lens. Look, you made it to the postseason last season. I still didn't necessarily believe this team was going to win the World Series this year. I was hoping they got to the ALCS. I believe they could get to the ALCS. And here we are. They still have a chance to get to the ALCS. A lot of the concerns that I had throughout the season were the same reason why I didn't feel as though they would win the ALCS or they would win the World Series. So I still feel those same ways. And I feel like they've shown their ugly head at the end of the season and then a little bit in the second game. Actually, both games, really, even the one we won.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it as, look, yes, there's an individual, if you want to say about what they did not do to be built, because the person that builds teams, well, it's the GM, president, and coach. More so GM, the guys bringing players in. Maybe not in that regard. They left out at the trade deadline. There were moves that they didn't make that could help this roster more. So if you say that they're not built, I can understand that lens, but they're here. They have an opportunity to get to the next round. And from the players' point of view, they've been here before, so we'll see what happens.
They should, for sure.
Yeah.
When I look at it, I also see 6 All-Stars. Whether you think they were deserving or not, you're not taking that off their resume.
Can't.
Okay? Baseball Reference has the number of All-Star appearances. Those guys are all in, all right? And we all believe that they have the best manager in baseball.
Yeah.
If that's the case, and we're not going to dispute that, I think they should go further. If the expectations for me were to get to the World Series, and the reason those expectations were for me is because it was a much more winnable division, and it was a much more winnable league. The teams that made moves at the deadline doesn't automatically mean they're going to get there. Ooh. Hello, New York Yankees, down 2-0 to Toronto, hosting Toronto tonight, made some acquisitions in the offseason and at the trade deadline. So I'm not going to go revisionist history in that regard. Right. I'm talking about right now. This team's got to be better with runners in scoring position. I hope they are. I hope the weather doesn't play much of a factor. I hope Jack Flaherty gives you 6 strong innings tonight. And I hope they win the next 2 games at home and then get ready for Toronto. It'll be a hell of an invasion between Detroit and Toronto, a rematch of 1987.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
My meter isn't going to expect more. My meter isn't going to say this is what they should have done in relation to this until you're looking at 6 guys that line up in the same freaking spot every single game. Line up in the same spot every single game. 7 guys that are in the same spot. The roster not changing. Today, Kerry Carpenter's batting first in rotation today. It's been this hodgepodge of you play here, you play there, well, you're not playing where you play. Kind of like the pitching thing was for them that had success. Like the Lions, towards the end of the season on defense, well, this guy's out, you're here, you're here. So until I feel a sense of stability, a consistency, I can't be mad at a team that falls apart, falls short, when this is what I see them as. Like, we just had this conversation the other day talking about what the Phillies are, talking about what you're used to seeing. Like, when you turn the Phillies on, that roster's going to look the same way every single night. You may have 1 or 2 tweaks.
6 or 7 guys on it.
There you go, 6 or 7. You have 6 or 7 guys. The Tigers, it's 2 to 3, and then it rotates, and then it moves.
Well, but as you know, I mean, just because they're batting in a different part of the order doesn't mean that they're not an everyday player.
And once again, this is me maybe a novice, maybe leaning on the expertise of you, but is that normal? How often they have players in different positions? Or
it is for this guy and it is for this team.
Okay.
And it's been successful for him. He and I used to have conversations about this all the time when he was in Houston, who he had, and how you knew Altuve was going to lead off, and then it was going to Springer, and then it was going to be Correa, and then it was going to be this guy and this guy. That's convenient. With this team, because of the splits, because of Kerry Carpenter against righties and Kerry Carpenter against lefties, and Riley Green against lefties and Riley Green against, and looking at those numbers, there are going to be a lot of changes. Okay. Kerry Carpenter sometimes hits first, and sometimes he will hit third or fourth. Parker Meadows sometimes may lead off, and sometimes he will hit near the bottom of the order. A lot of it has to do with what he expects from, in this case, Dan Wilson, the manager of the Mariners, and who's coming in relief. So if today is Logan Gilbert, and in relief you get a Gabe Spire, you get a Caleb Ferguson. A lot may depend on where he goes with his lineup and how he has set his lineup, thinking about what moves are going to be made. So in that regard, that's why I always say I think he's brilliant. I think A.J. Hinch is absolutely brilliant when it comes to that stuff. It's up to the players to perform, and let's hope they do perform. Tomorrow, now the first pitch is supposed to be about 4 o'clock, right? A little bit after 4 o'clock. Mother Nature does not look like she's cooperating right now. Looks pretty cold. This goes back to my constant complaint that every team in Major League Baseball should have a retractable roof. And it's not just for players, but it's for fans. If this is a fan-friendly game, then you want people to be able to plot out their day. Braylon's going to go to the game tonight. Well, he makes all kinds of adjustments to his schedule.
It's an ugly day. Man.
Maybe he won't be able to go because he takes this time off, and then suddenly he goes and it's canceled or delayed.
It says rain's going to stop at 4:30, so
good.
maybe they'll
I
get the
did
game.
realize that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the game, or at least I'm gonna attempt. I'm gonna head down there if it looks a little better. This right here, I wouldn't go. Yeah. Like if this is what it looked like. Look, I love my Tigers. You heard what I said beforehand, but this right here, my tickets are outside.
It's just all great behind Shep.
My tickets are outside.
I'm not interested in getting rained on.
Isn't it interesting in football? Maybe it's because of the mindset. In
Right.
football, we know we're going to get inclement weather depending on where we are. But, of course, in Detroit we are.
I got to stop you there, Shep. Like, this is speaking just for me.
Yeah.
Like, because of the access, I'm not going to the game outside football either. I am a S-U-I-T-E guy. Sweet. S-U-I-T-E guy. Yeah,
Well, you played enough outdoors where you've paid your dues.
I just I like the access, man. I like, if I'm going to go to a game, like, outside of the Jets, like, if I'm going to a game, is to engage in other things outside of the game. It's to meet people. It's networking. It's something like that. So I like bathroom on deck, food on deck, drinks on deck, and also an easy exit when I'm ready to dip up out of there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, that's the ideal situation.
100%.
Not everybody can do that, unfortunately. But like I
Last
said,
minute, man. I appreciate you, though, Dan.
you've paid your dues. But I think in football, because we have the mindset, at least in the Midwest and out east, that football is going to be played outdoors, we better bring a bundle up, right? Whereas baseball starts, it's a little chilly when it starts, but I mean, for the most part, it's nice and warm. We're used to that. When we hit this time of year, as much as we love the playoffs, I mean, it gets a little challenging for folks, don't you think?
I think also, too, it depends on where your ball club is. Because I don't think this weather bothers your ball club if we're talking about the 2013 Tigers. And I don't think this weather bothers you if it's, certain teams that are getting to the ALCS. So you just support because they're good every year. Every year is a chance. I think a lot of people are still trying to see what the Tigers are. So you get a lot of people that's like, yes, I'm glad we're here, but
I'll watch it on TV. Yeah,
let the Tigers get to the World Series. Next year, like, fans are coming out and every game doesn't matter. Yeah. And I think that depends on the level of, like the Lions. The Lions showed you, hey, we can get to the big dance. We can get to the big thing. You will go see the Lions wherever. Different than football. But
what do you think it'll be like in New York tonight, knowing that the Yankees are down 2-0 to Toronto?
Yeah.
And just so people, for some historical significance, in a best-of-5 series, when a team is down 2-0, or let's put it this way, when a team is up 2-0 in the best-of-5 in postseason play, that team is 80-10. With 54 sweeps, 80-10 all time.
Yeah, 54 sweeps. Sheesh.
Yeah. So if New York, and it's just as cold in New York, probably damp in New York. I didn't look at the weather forecast there. Do you think that they're sold out? Try to steal a game against Toronto here tonight?
They're definitely the chapel. The cathedral is definitely sold out. However, there's optimism. There's not true belief. Like, the Yankees fans know what their team is. They know every year, and that's why you saw last year them celebrate, or 2 years ago when they celebrated and they got out the first round. Yeah. Like, you see that. So they know their team's not good. They know their team is not going to win it all. So they'll be there, but they'll know. Like, this is it.
Let me ask you this quick question, because I think the guy's an awesome player. I think he's a Hall of Fame player. He's been around for 10 years. He said all kinds.
Oh, okay. I'm still
What's that?
I thought you were talking about me. I appreciate that.
You for sure. Aaron Judge has struggled again. How much do we blame him, and how much do we blame Aaron Boone / the rest of the team on the New York Yankees?
I would do this in this equation. This used to come up a lot because Maz used to sit in that chair. What's up, Maz? Love you, brother. He used to sit in that chair. You know, he's a New Yorker. He talks ad nauseum about the Yankees and the 27 titles and Yogi Berra, blah, blah, blah. Roger Maris did this. Who cares? But he's always talked about the Yankees in the last 7-8 years until the 10. They haven't done enough. They don't have relief pitching. They're going to botch it. I don't like Aaron Boone. Like, Aaron Boone's just not the best manager. Like, Maz can take you through all these things, and they play out exactly like he says. So for him to say that, let me just take Aaron Judge out of the equation. Like, this is what they do. This is what Aaron Boone has done. Even before Aaron Judge has got there, this is what he does. This is what the baseball has been. And it seems like whenever they get into the postseason, even last year, now they make it all the way to the dance, but they get cooked in a gentleman's sweep almost. He's operating on a team that consistently does that. At some point, you play into it. At some point, your play is not going to stay just above, head and shoulders above everybody else. Your mental and everything else that goes into the equation, you feed into it too. It takes your play down.
Wow.
Like 100%. Like Aaron Judge is operated at this space. If you take Aaron Judge off the New York Yankees.
But Aaron Judge was there before Aaron Boone was.
True,
so,
my apologies. So
yeah.
misinformation. But Aaron Judge, it's tough to operate at this level all the time without help in the postseason.
Yeah, I get it. He batted 184 last year. The postseason,
He did.
though. I mean, that's a stark difference to what.
Take Aaron Judge off that team. They don't make the postseason
no.
last year, this year, the year before that, the year before that. So what I'm saying is maybe everything that he has to do for the 162 to get to the postseason, it's mentally taxing. He's not the first player to have to go through that. So I'm not making excuses for him. He's not new to that because my captain had to do it. A-Rod had to do it. They all had to do it. But I'm just saying, it was a lot of those guys. They had a lot of guys with them to help that. With him, it's like him. And you got to hope Soto last year has a good night or lives up to what he's supposed to be. You got to hope Jazz Chisholm plays a little bit outside his screws. You got to hope Volpe last year is not going to give the game up like he does. Like, it's a lot of hoping for the Yankees. At some point, it weighs your mental down. Like, damn, can somebody help?
Okay, that's a great perspective. I really appreciate that. I guess it's hard to. You're not asking people to feel sorry for him, but it's hard to sit there and use that excuse for a guy because people immediately bring up the money, which is not always fair. Bring up the fact that he wanted to stay in New York. Yeah, that's the fishbowl that you've chosen to live in, and that your numbers just aren't very good. Yeah, and though other people's numbers may not be good either, your numbers matter. Yours are the ones that
too
matter. Much is given, much is expected. Okay, and I think he understands that, and he lives with that, and I think he does a really good job of handling it. Yeah. But he is a guy that if he strikes out tonight in his first at bat, he's going to hear Bronx cheers.
He should.
Okay, and I don't think Tigers fans do that as much. Not nearly. I know they don't nearly as much with some of their guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, I'm not even advocating for it. I'm
even
just
in
saying.
The past, like a Miggy. Miggy would be the only guy on the level of Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I think it's really hard for people to boo Miguel Cabrera when he won a Triple Crown and was considered, arguably, I think Albert Pujols was, but the best right-handed hitter of his era, maybe the best right-handed hitter of all time.
I think cities like New York too, they're also spoiled. They have so much to pull from. They have so many players, to pull from where you can just forget about what a guy's doing and you just point to it. You get paid, you should be doing it, which he should. In Detroit, maybe it's like that because we don't have too many. So when you get a guy, it's like, nah, I don't care what you say about my guy. I'm a blind support. I'm going to just keep doubling down and tripling down. And I know he maybe doesn't deserve this excuse right here, but let me go ahead and slide that in there right there and give him a little out. Hey, you want to phone a friend? Yeah, why don't you phone me, Miguel Cabrera, and let me talk stuff in your behalf. I think because we don't have that. We didn't have that many. And for a while, we didn't have any, especially in that sport.
Yeah. For clarification, just so people are aware, and again, we're not picking on Aaron Judge. I like him a lot. Been in the playoffs 8 years, okay? He's played 63 games. His career postseason batting average is .223. And in the 63 games, he has struck out 90 times. 90. And then immediately you're like, well, it doesn't matter if he's hitting homers. He's got 16 bombs in 63 games. So those are his career.
Power stats.
At some
brought
point,
to you by Shep.
What's that?
It said Power Stats brought to you by Shep.
Well, at some point you're going to have the discussion.
Yeah.
Now we don't have that discussion about any of Detroit's players. We did about Matthew Stafford. We did about Calvin Johnson to a certain extent. Hell, we did about Barry Sanders. Okay? There are certain guys, I don't want to call it a pass.
Because Barry had a situation in the playoffs, Barry didn't have the best stats. Is that where you're going?
Yes.
I got it.
We didn't hold it against him. We
fair.
still think he's the greatest running back of all time, and he is. We looked at everybody else and said, it's their fault, not his. Yeah. We never said that while he was rushing for 2,053 yards, but we did when he wasn't doing well. And that's the feeling I get sometimes with Aaron Judge or Mike Trout or certain superstars. If they're not excelling, if their team isn't excelling, it's everybody else. But when they're doing really well, it's him. The only reason they're there, I've said it too, by the way. Yeah. This is not at you. I've said it. The only reason the Yankees are there, Aaron Judge. Yeah. But when they don't win, we go, well, it's everybody else. You can't have it both ways.
I think also true, like this era right now.
Hi, Spenny.
This era too, just looking like the NIL. What up, though? NIL collective. You look at the transfer portal. You look at which way coaches are hired, coaches are fired. The money has gone up. Like there's a lot of pressure now, and it comes faster. A lot of now. We need to have it now, which deservingly so. Like you've had enough opportunity where you should have performed by now. It's now. Everything has to be now. 250 people are counting your chicken now. They didn't do that with Barry Sanders.
You're right.
Barry wasn't getting paid like that. You know, even with Stafford, what he was making, he wasn't getting paid like that. I mean, the first time he becomes a highest paid quarterback, within a week, 4, 5, 6 guys have passed him. So I think that money and the angst on now, it has to be now. You got to get it now. I think that's why you see people, because when you put on like Aaron Judge has put on, when you do the things that he has done, I mean, you just look at his stats. And I know it's not all about stats because you got to get some wins in the postseason. But the numbers are freaking insane. Yeah. Like, the numbers are legitimately insane when you look at the categories, the things, and where he's at. It's almost like video game MLB. So I think back in the day, that was enough to get people to be like, hey, look, man, you leave Barry alone. Yeah. Like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, if I'm going to bring it up with Clayton Kershaw, and I did yesterday, 13-13 all time with an ERA of close to 5, it's okay to say, you know what, Aaron Judge on his playoff teams, they're 9-8. And you've got to be a difference maker.
You can't be that bad as a superstar because it's not. This isn't a player which we're talking about as an all-star. This isn't a player we're talking about as a damn good player, top 10. This is a player we're talking about has been the best player in baseball, not named Shohei Ohtani. Or you can go back and forth, or you can say he is over Shohei Ohtani for the last 5-6 years in a row. Yeah. So at some point, Waterford has to find this level, and it hasn't. Same thing with A-Rod. Like, and I just said that yesterday. Until 2009, A-Rod would go to the postseason. He's legitimately the most gifted player in baseball for a period.
Steroids. Excuse me.
Okay. He was the most gifted player at the time on steroids. I mean, but this is factual information. So Shep's not – this is real. Go look it up. I watched the documentary on Netflix. It's a damn good one, how he got caught. But anyway, he did all that, got all the money. He got paid $200 million twice. Before he finally got a home run.
Nobody's ever done that, by the way. Nobody has ever signed 2 contracts worth $200 million.
Yeah. Except him?
Yeah. Huh?
Except him?
Except him. Right.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, some guys have gone $700 million, like Juan Soto. How's that working out for the Mets? And Shohei Ohtani, but no one did the 200 twice. Yeah. It's fascinating from an athlete's, a professional athlete's point of view on the youth aspect of it. Yeah. That's the way sports is going. Yeah. We're seeing young guys, I don't care if it's Bryce Young or Drake May or whomever, being thrust into a position because of where they're being drafted. Tate Ratledge, drafted 2nd round. Let's put him in there right away. Those guys should be able to play. We're not afraid to use young guys. We used the example yesterday in the baseball postseason. Yeah. The guys who have started games, whether it be Schlittler, Early, whatever. Why don't the Tigers do that, do you think? They did it with Troy Melton in Game 1 against Seattle, and it was pretty good. But why don't you think they're willing to do that quite as much?
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think they have conveniently used their 40-man roster as an excuse, and I think they've conveniently signed guys who just are placeholders for certain positions until young guys are coming. It's one of the reasons I was so excited about the Pistons a year ago. I know it's a different sport, okay? The Pistons a year ago, and saying, we're going to do this. We're going to use our young guys. Yeah. And we're going to gain some experience and see what they've got. Well, that's easy for me to say. My job is not on the line. But this is what I love about what the Red Wings are doing. Mo Sider's 24. Albert Johansson's 24. Lucas Raymond's 23. Simon Evanson's 22. Marco Casper's 21. Axel Sandim Pelika is 20. Emmett Finney is 20. Michael Brandseg-Nygaard is 20. This may be a tough year for these dudes, but this is the future, and they're in now.
You know what this sounds like? And I'm glad I let you go first. I was able to collect my thoughts a little bit. This sounds like one GM, he's not worried about getting fired. The other GM, he is. So when you start using the young players, now the clock starts.
Yes.
When you start using young players, now it's like, oh, shoot, you use your young player, you're on the clock. So what happens in their play, what happens with the wins and losses, what happens with the success or the lack thereof, now that is directly on you. It's no going back. It's not pointing to the past. It's not, well, we're still letting the farm system develop. When you start playing the young players, once they get greenlit, guess what? Now we can criticize you. Now all that hiding, Scott Harris, and all that cute stuff, no. Come to us. We have real questions. Stevie Eisman, he ain't getting fired. So he doesn't mind playing these young guys because, look, they'll figure it out. And these are the young guys. We want to get out there.
He's the one who drafted them.
100%. That will be the difference. One guy, no, he's not going anywhere. The other guy's like, once I start, I can't put the genie back in the bottle.
I love that. Really good stuff. Always excited to hear what you have to say in the chat. So, especially the super chats. Kool-Aid will chime in anytime we get some of that stuff. Just out of curiosity, yesterday you wore a Detroit Bad Boys hat, I believe.
I did.
Really sharp.
I did.
Flat lid. This one is a flat lid as well. Kool-Aid wears the flat lid. Ryan doesn't wear a hat.
No, I look like a
when I wear a
kid in a
hat,
hat.
I make sure the first thing I do when I get a hat, I do that. So
I
why do you like the is it a flat lid? Is that what you would call it, a flat lid? What would you call it, Kool-Aid? What do you call these?
I call it rapper's brim.
Okay,
But
rapper's brim. Well, there you go. That makes a lot
was
more
gonna say
sense
brim.
why I'm sitting. Okay, why the rapper's brim compared to what would you call the other one? Just a bent.
a warning cap.
Okay, a warning cap.
A ball cap.
Yeah.
I did that growing up, the whole 9 yards. You do that, boom, get it nice and smooth. You bend it down a little bit, get the look. Yeah. When I was younger, I think first time I got to, it was Hove. Like Jay-Z started wearing, like, watching his hats, his NY hats. He had the crisp brim. This is when I started getting the rap. I'm maybe like 16, 17 when I started deep diving to Jay-Z. Jay-Z kept the white T-shirt and he kept the New York brim. So I was like, well, maybe I should be more crispy. Maybe I don't do it like this anymore. Maybe that's just for sports. So I started doing it like that. But it was rap influence why I did it. And then you see all the ball players back then, AI, whenever you would see them, they weren't wearing the tucked in fitteds from the early 90s and 80s. They took it to the straight brim. So, I influenced.
And how about not the logo? What's on top of that brim right there? You keep the size. Why is that?
The New Era sticker.
The New Era
fresh.
sticker.
It's clean.
It's clean.
Like I stopped taking the tag off maybe when I got to college. Like some of the old heads, Larry Foote, Victor Hobson, Dave Terrell would come back. They would wear it like that, and they would keep the sticker on.
Gotcha.
So,
I felt so bad, man.
The influence is always where somebody influences everything you do, whether you believe it or whether you're honest or not.
No, you're right. I think you're 100%
talking
right.
to people in the chat.
Yeah.
Somebody influences everything, and the big brothers, they influence
You
me.
you look good in it. I mean, I couldn't get away with that, but you do. You look really good in it.
I kind of want to see Shep
No, you don't.
fitted, man.
No, you don't.
But I feel bad because
Trust me when I tell you,
my
you
sticker
don't.
on as long
So
as possible.
why did you take yours off? Did it just fall off?
It fell off, man.
But you did have it on.
Yeah.
How about underneath the bill? Because he still has his underneath the bill as well, the price and everything. If you're leaving price tags on your, wearables or whatever, like my sister does for Christmas. Hi, Merry Christmas. Oh, this was this much. Oh, I'm sorry, I left the tag on. She always leaves it on, the one you know. Do you keep that on too, Kool-Aid, underneath the lid?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. With this one,
now he's gonna take it off.
That one I forget to take off. I will admit that one. I will.
You leave the hologram one though.
You keep the hologram on.
Yeah.
Hologram I leave on.
Why is that?
Because hologram.
It's a part of the whole
As a
crispy
kid,
part
you
of
mess
it.
with the hologram.
It doesn't bother your eyes when you're looking around and stuff?
Shep, how the hell is it gonna bother my eyes? It's way up here. So. Shep, I'm looking this way.
Hell, a cornerback's hand in his face wouldn't bother his eyes.
This is true.
So Kool-Aid, you had yours set, but it just fell off.
Yesterday.
Oh yeah.
You wear yours so often that it falls off.
That's about it, man.
Okay.
That's about it, man. This hat goes everywhere. I usually have one hat per season
He
that I make
sneak
the main
jabs on that one, too.
So,
Yeah. I love. Do you like the white English tea or the
Sneak
orange
jabs.
English tea, Ryan?
Ooh.
That's easy.
I will say this. I give Braylon a ton of credit. I mean, he is matched.
He
Like
is very
nobody-
much. He is
always
matched.
dresses
He's ready
well.
for that
No,
orange.
and the
out.
But
shoes,
he
too.
does have the. I know he's got
Yeah,
the
the shoes
shoes
are
too.
crispy, dog.
That's crazy.
It must be the shoes.
I got a little orange in the sneaks.
Yeah,
you know
take
what
one
I'm
off.
saying?
Come on.
Yeah, I was
give
gonna
the
say, come
people-
on, Bray. You
give
gotta-
the
you
people
gotta
what they
show-
want right
yeah,
here.
come on.
Yeah, come on.
Thought we was gonna talk about how slow Devin Lloyd looked on that interception return.
Well,
for
I
touchdown.
thought he looked pretty damn good.
The airbrush
No, he
effect.
looked great, but that was the slowest pick six I've ever seen in my life. And it was 99 yards. So kudos to him because that ties the record. NFL. It was slower than James Harrison,
I don't know.
and it took James Harrison forever to get in that end zone.
I was like, come on, dude. He was weaving.
He started looking slow in the beginning.
He was slow enough where no one could catch him. What show people? Yeah,
Ooh.
It must be the shoes.
that is. Can I use a Kool-Aid term here? That is
ahead.
fresh. That's fresh.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, really fresh.
Fresh-
So Ryan, which one do you like? You like the orange or the white?
I like the white. I'm not an orange guy, so I don't really even own anything orange. I don't think so. I'm not an orange person. I like the white.
You don't own any. You don't anything. You don't own any Tigers road gear stuff.
No,
Wow,
no.
that's interesting.
It's not close. It's the white one, but I will say this though: 3 times a year, the orange one's better than the white one.
3 times a year.
Just 3 times a year, you put it on. It's like when you haven't worn it 2-3 months, maybe a year. It's clean. That orange D is clean. White one for sure is way better. But every once in a while, that orange one hits just right.
Is that what you felt like this morning when
It
you
did.
woke up? Okay,
100%.
gotcha.
You see that? You feel that?
Yeah, I understand. There's an aura in the air.
I'm telling you, the Tigers, they're going to delay this game till about 5:08. And I'm telling you, the Tigers are going to win. Tigers are going to win 6-2.
Ooh,
I feel it. I felt it all morning as it
I
relates
feel
to
the
this Tigers
mojo,
game.
bro. I feel the mojo. And just a little bit more Detroit love. You were talking about Jay-Z and that influence with the hat. Another group, Detroit love.
Kobe,
Slum
baby.
Village, bro. Slum Village. They used to wear the
Who is
flat
this?
brims.
Slum
I
Village.
used to watch them growing
I'm
up, bro.
falling, baby,
Yes.
I'm selfish.
Dog,
Out
they influenced
to
me so much, Coach.
Jay Dilla.
Yes.
Jay Dilla on the beat.
Slum Village is what it is.
Some Village. It was a Detroit. I actually
Okay.
know one of the guys. Actually, I know all of them, but I really know one of the guys from Slum Village. Group from Detroit. They went big 2000. Selfish would have been 2003.
Yeah.
That was like when Kanye came out 2002. Then did that. They did the Jay Dilla beat. And Jay Dilla passed away in 2006. But anyway, yes.
Yeah, LJ.
Fire.
Very, very interesting.
Fire.
Slum Village. If Ted Nugent, Bob Seger, or maybe Alice Cooper did it, then,
Okay,
then it would be something I probably would have done.
Slum Village got popular. They did a Marvin Gaye sample.
If Marvin Gaye had done it.
See,
There you go.
It was a Marvin Gaye sample.
Yeah.
So when you hear it, you're like, oh, you'll at least be able to hear that it's good music.
Okay.
You may not like necessarily the edit, the change, but you'll like the undertone, which
Yeah.
is Marvin Gaye.
Which would be really difficult to
Just
duplicate.
like
Yeah.
music.
Go ahead, sing it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's 2 days in a row we've heard
I'm
Braylon
in a good
Edwards
mood
sing.
then. That must, when people start singing, it's usually a good mood. It's usually things are going well, or you're about to eat some good food, or you're eating good food, or
Or
you
you're
just
You
drinking
said
good
that
smoothies.
mojo's in
Drinking
the
good
air,
smoothies.
man. I'm feeling the
It's-
Tigers mojo.
Yeah,
the
and drinking
vibe.
good smoothies from Smoothie King.
You
That's
know,
what it is.
Smoothie King.
So you're in a really good mood. You should be. You'll be in a good mood even if you have something bad happen to you. If you call Vin Johnson, because
Yeah, you
Vin
will.
Johnson's a fighter.
You will, because he is a fighter and he'll fight for you. Look, man, I'll tell you like this. Corporations, the government, even insurance companies will try to withhold liabilities, man. They want to minimize their liabilities, maximize yours, and then they want to withhold compensation. That's not how we operate here, man, and that's not how Ben Johnson operates. Make him your first call. He will make you a priority. He will make sure your case is one in your favor. He will make sure you get all the things that you need, because he is the fighter, and this is just what he does. Let Vin fight for you. Go to vinfights.com.
You want to watch the Tigers game with some friends and with some great deals, both with food and drink? There's no better place than Art and Jake's Sports Bar and Grill. 6 locations in Michigan, wall-to-wall coverage of this afternoon's game and the Yankees and Jays tonight, and football games all week long and on the weekends. Art and Jake's is the place to be. 80 television sets, 22 beers on tap for you. They've got famous wraps, fairway burgers. They've got signature wings.
Sounds like
It's
the place to
yeah, it
be.
does sound incredible, doesn't it? Rib nights on Mondays. You missed it. But tomorrow, fajitas and margaritas Wednesdays. They'll have something for you while watching the Tigers game this afternoon. If you and your buddies are looking for a place to hang and do the right thing and enjoy each other's company, you go to Art and Jake's Sports Bar and Grill with one of their 6 locations. How do you find it? Download their app, Art and Jake's app, and join AJ's fan club and make every day a game-winning day for you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face.
New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Planet Fitness is for everyone. Over 2,701 clubs nationwide. We always talk about the 50, but let me tell you about the nation. Over 2,700 clubs nationwide. We talk so much about what they can do for you. How about we tell you a little bit more about what they have to offer? Access to the Black Card Spa, where you can recover with the hydro massage and other innovative amenities. Bring a free guest anytime. Anytime, $24.99. That is the Black Card at Planet Fitness. It allows you to get access to all the things. And this is the Black Card we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we said. They have fitness that fits into your price point. Gym, squeaky clean, trainers on deck. Everything is fire at Planet Fitness, and it's waiting for you start your journey. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Sorry, I was just kind of laughing because some of these national shows are talking about, you and I talked about yesterday, the biggest frauds in college football. Penn State has to be number one. There's
the dude
no
in the
doubt
right
about
box is the biggest fraud.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's a homer, I can tell you that. Sundays in Detroit got a lot smoother with Sun Cruiser Vodka, Iced Tea, and Woodward Sports. Sun Cruiser Vodka is perfect for tailgating. It's perfect for hanging out with your buddies in the basement, playing pool, throwing darts, watching games, you name it. It's awesome because it's real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles, just a clean sip that'll bring you just 100 calories. So it's good for the waistline, 4.5% alcohol. This season, let the good times cruise. Sun Cruiser Vodka, iced tea, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Lions, Pistons, Michigan State, Red Wings, you name it. It's perfect for the occasion. Enjoy and drink responsibly.
We back. Pistons. What? Somebody say Pistons?
Message.
Yeah, Pistons a winner last night. Did you watch it, Kool-Aid?
Cade Cunningham, man. That reverse layup, it took social media by storm, man.
I'm surprised you don't have a video. Like I don't understand why the video of the picture isn't here. As soon as I saw that highlight, I said, "Yep, here comes Kool-Aid in the morning talking about why he's the greatest."
Don't give him any ideas, Braylon. Don't give him any ideas.
But it was worth it.
I heard somebody earlier.
It was clean.
Watching.
It was cool.
It was athletic. It was
and I like him a ton. I heard somebody say he's the best Piston of all time.
What?
How old was he?
No.
Oh, that was just said like an hour ago.
No. Can he get there?
But you know, I mean,
in time.
What?
But there's a guy named Isaiah Thomas.
Long time.
There's a couple guys before.
Yeah, there's a few guys.
He's at the top of the mountain.
The youngins don't know about, but he's.
What'd you say, bro?
He's at the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
like
he's the top of the mountain. But while you're climbing that mountain, there's a number of good guys.
First of all, you got to get past Grant Hill.
That's right.
Now, you got to get past Grant Hill. What Grant Hill was, and we know his time was cut short here, ankle injuries, the whole 9 yards. But what he accomplished in his 5 years here, he was the best player in the NBA. At
Agreed.
one point.
Not enough people remember how great he was.
That 90 when Jordan left, when Jordan got back, he wasn't the best player in the league. It was Grant Hill.
Yeah. Grant Hill is really underrated. Yeah. People didn't like him because they didn't win.
His physicality's underrated.
Because they didn't win.
As
and then, of course,
he
moved on for Ben Wallace and Chucky Atkins, and Ben Wallace helped them win a world championship. Yeah. So everybody almost forgets about it. Grant Hill was a star, a superstar.
Did you realize coming out of, because this is the age-old conversation, I was a little younger, I didn't get it. I didn't know he was that good coming out of Duke. Did you know?
No.
Because I don't think a lot.
Nope.
Thank you for being honest.
Nope.
Didn't know that.
Because I
wasn't even born.
I knew he was athletic. I knew he could jump out of the gym.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
I knew he had a good arm.
Yeah, no kidding.
There you go.
I covered him for just about every single game he played in Detroit. I was really fortunate. Got to know him.
Shout out Shep.
The amount of work that he put in is really underrated. I mean, he would come out. He had a shooting coach, Chip, and they would come out and he would just stand just before the rim and just shoot and make a certain amount. And then he'd take a step back. And he worked so hard at his shooting, and he was already really graceful and already super athletic. I'm so glad you said that, because when I say it, people think I'm a slappy.
Nah.
I will, Joe Dumars is obviously one of the greatest Pistons of all
Underrated.
time. Kate's got to get past him. I would argue.
I didn't even mention Joe because I knew Joe was he's further up that ladder.
Yeah, Dave Bing, Bob Lanier. We're not talking about Kevin Porter and John Mengel for crying out loud. We're talking about legitimate stars and Hall of Famers. I love Cade Cunningham. I think he's awesome. I'll be honest with you.
Chauncey.
Chauncey too. Not long enough for me, but I get it. I was going to say Dennis Rodman, but he wasn't gifted offensively. Ben Wallace, not gifted offensively like Cade Cunningham. What I like most about Cade Cunningham, where everybody's getting caught up in it's cool, the layup and all that other stuff. It's his leadership for me.
Right.
Yep. His willingness to what he did last year with Ron Holland, to me, told me everything I needed to know. When Ron Holland wanted to mix it up with somebody and start yapping and all of a sudden, Cade Cunningham literally grabbed him, put his hands on people, and moved him and said, you know what?
Different.
Enough. Okay?
Enough.
Enough.
Apologize too.
Yeah. So we're going to get into that. But he basically said enough. His leadership for me, his growth, his maturation, to me, that's what is more impressive than just about anything else.
He found it. Yeah. The reason I agree with you. The reason why I agree with Kool-Aid on being exciting for this is we talk ad nauseum about his leadership, We talk ad nauseum about the fact that he is a two-way player.
Yeah.
He's on both ends of the court. We talk all about that. We don't talk about the moments because he's sneaky athletic. He's sneaky.
Yeah.
Moments like this, he doesn't have a ton of these. So when you see him, you get excited because it's like, there it is.
Yes.
See, he's got that too.
Yeah.
He can do that too. Like when I saw that highlight,
Check.
I'm not going to lie, I was like, yes. Yes. Because that's the thing. Like, you see these explosive athletic players that have gotten to the next level, and they're the next ones up. And your guy is like, hey, he's leader.
Yep.
You know, he's a hell of a two-way player. Yeah, he really can play. He can put the ball in the hole. But when you see stuff like that, it's like, oh, he can do that too.
Especially when you consider
You can do
the
that
surgery, when you consider the things he's been through,
Yeah.
to see him coming out and doing this type of stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let's rock.
And
I think
he's
he's
maturing into his age. Like, he got drafted at 19. This is year 4.
He got drafted in
5?
2021.
2021.
He got drafted at 19.
Oh.
The age of 19.
yeah.
So 21.
Yeah, it's year 5.
There you go. So
Because the contract is
24.
it's a new contract.
He's 23, turning 24. He's still young.
Oh.
He's not even entering his prime yet.
Yeah.
But that prime athleticism is starting to take over. Men's prime, athletically wise, is probably around like 25 to about 30.
You're not lying.
Right? In terms of like the professional space,
Dude,
it's
that's
like 25
awesome.
to 30.
Yeah,
So like
that's a really good insight. I would say for certain athletes, it might be a little longer than 30. Hockey players probably a little bit longer. But you're right.
But there's different hockey players. I know they're super athletic, but they're on skates. They're doing the thing. I'm talking about the athleticism of like operating on your own 2 feet. So like basketball, jumping, football, running routes, cornerbacks, pivoting, hip work, and things like that. 25 to 30.
Yeah, that's really good insight. I would have thought it would have been a little bit younger than 25 and slightly more than 30, but I love that perspective.
You can say,
I think
you can go 24 because I tore my ACL. When I made Pro Bowl, 24 I made Pro Bowl. So if I don't tear my ACL, 24.
Okay.
Yeah, and just
I love his passing ability is really underrated. Okay, so you're right. The athleticism, all the things we've said about him, dead on. Yeah. But he is a really gifted passer, and I love that about him. And he's not afraid to share the rock. He's an unselfish superstar.
almost like he knows he can get his. And just while we're on the subject real quick, Randall Small sent in a $2 super chat, and he does have the #1 crown in our chat family today. He asks, can the Pistons contend this year?
Yes. It shouldn't be can.
Yes.
Will they? Yes.
Yeah.
When the Pistons contend. They're going to contend for sure. Orlando's better. We know. Kool-Aid and I were talking about this the other day. Orlando's better, no doubt.
But
Boston's
the East is up for grabs.
Yeah. Well, Cleveland would probably disagree, But, yeah, I think the division with Cleveland in it, Milwaukee, or I think Orlando's going to be a little bit better. I think Detroit's a top, New York, obviously. I think Detroit's a top 4 Eastern Conference team. How good is Atlanta going to be? That's a good question. Can Atlanta and Orlando make that final surge? And can Detroit stay healthy? I'm really excited for basketball season.
I'm the same with baseball. You talk about the AL being weak. You know what I'm saying? That's the conversation this year. The AL is at one of the weakest points that it's been in the last 25 years or so. That's where the East is in basketball, kind of venturing on that. The New York Knicks, who's the team that beat you last year, they got a coach they didn't want. Yeah, you look at the Celtics. The Celtics' best player he won't be playing this year. Right. Halliburton and the Indianapolis Pacers, and what they're doing. Guess what? No Hallie.
And they lost Miles Turner.
What the Hallie? So you look at this, this has got exactly. This has to be the year for the Detroit Pistons, 100%. Yeah. This
top
is legit.
4. I agree 100% with that. When you talk about
but that's the expectation. Because I say this all the time. It's going into expectation.
But I'm with you on that. I agree with these expectations.
When Cleveland drafts Braylon Edwards 3rd overall, what's the expectation?
They ain't have a quarterback.
He better be a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay? No, I'm serious. He better be a starter. He
They
better be a Pro Bowl.
quarterback. I left my black ass alone. That's what they should have did. Draft the quarterback, leave me alone. Let me go somewhere else where they have a quarterback. Jeez Louise. No, but just go.
But that's the expectation. So my expectation coming in, as long as they stay healthy, is Detroit is a top 4 Eastern Conference, not division, Eastern Conference team, and will challenge for an Eastern Conference crown.
I agree. And the team that you mentioned, the Cleveland Cavaliers, we know what they've done the last 2 years, especially last year with their coach. They took tremendous strides, but I will warn you. I always go back to this. Name me the last team to win an NBA Finals with small guards. It was 1989. It's the Detroit Pistons. Small guards don't win in the NBA, and they damn sure don't win in this NBA.
You wouldn't consider Golden State small guards with Curry and Thompson?
I mean, Klay Thompson's 6'7". And Klay Thompson 6'7", and he's one of the best defenders, both two-way guards at the time. So they're an anomaly. He's 6'7", and Klay is the best. I mean, Steph's the best shooter we've ever seen.
Right.
So if you want to add them, fine.
Okay.
But you're talking about elite of the elite. So yes, 2 in 35 years.
Yeah, there are exceptions to the rule. Now remember, I mean, Cleveland does have Lorenzo Ball this year, so he's 6'6".
Who?
Lonzo Ball,
Okay.
6'6",
Right?
right? Isn't he about 6'6"?
Yeah.
About 6'6",
Yeah, he's
6'7".
Okay.
He's also been injured ever since he was at UCLA.
That's right.
Like,
They're saying they got him right now, but I don't trust it.
Did he do an ankle microfracture?
It was that and his knees.
Oh, it was both.
With Lonzo?
I guarantee he did a microfracture of some sorts because the microfracture is the one injury that they just cannot figure out. Like the microfracture, when guys do them, when you hear microfracture, especially in basketball.
What do you consider a small guard?
T-Mac, 8.
This is a fascinating conversation. So Donovan, how big is Donovan Mitchell?
Dame
like
Lillard's
6'3"?
a small guard. Steph's a small guard. Chris Paul's a small guard.
Darius Garland's a small guard. He's like 6'1".
Donovan Mitchell's a small guard.
Right, so he's 6'3", I think, right?
Yeah, he's an elite athlete, and he plays like he's 6'7", but he's 6'3", and his teammate, his other backcourt member, 6'1".
Right. So that's why you consider it. 'Cause you put it in perspective for people like us because we're all small. All right. So Donovan Mitchell next to me at 6'3", 215. He's a big man.
Donovan,
not as big as Braylon, but 6'3", 215. That's a big dude, right?
Now how does that backcourt look when they play the Celtics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then I get it because in the playoffs,
the Knicks are small
when things
guards.
tighten up.
Yeah.
They're able to put certain defenders on Donovan
Sure.
Mitchell, and it makes it that much more difficult. The whistles, they're not getting as many fouls as they were during the regular season. And then when I think about what even the Pistons could be and what Jalen Brunson, some of these more physical guards, even if they're not the taller ones, they're able to put their back to the basket. They're able to ISO more effectively and go out there and make the play when it matters most. And with Cleveland, you've seen their guards fail at that over the last couple years when it mattered most.
They had some injuries too last year, and the small guard aspect, I stick true to that. Last year they had some injuries. Everybody has injuries. I get it, but Evan Mobley was out for them. That was a huge one for them.
So you would say Jaylen Brown for Boston, big guy.
6'7", 6'8". Jason Tatum 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, and he handles the ball. So I don't know if you call him a guard, but he does handle the ball. So I hear what you. Pritchard comes off the bench, right?
He comes off.
Anthony Simons
he's only
is
6'1".
small.
Yeah, Derek White start. He's 6'7".
Derek White,
6'8".
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what was it? It's Drew.
Drew Holiday 6'4".
Drew Holiday, yeah.
Yeah, so he'd be the shortest
Derek
guy
White's
in the
6'4".
rotation. 6'4".
Derek White's 6'4", and Jaylen Brown's 6'6". But that is a big backcourt.
Yeah.
Joe Dumars was 6'3", 6'4".
6'3",
So we always go back to our comfort
Zeke,
zone.
6 foot, 6'1".
And Zeke was 6'1" on a good day, right?
Same.
So yeah, I hear what you're saying. I think that's a fair point. I do. I mean, I never looked at it like that. I look at it more like who's handling the basketball. When Luka Doncic is considered a guard, he's considered the Lakers' point guard, right?
He's 6'7".
And he's 6'7", 6'8", yeah. So that causes some matchup problems. You know, when we talk about baseball and matchups, pitchers against certain hitters, we got to think of that in just about everything. And we need to think of corners against wide receivers. Who the hell is going to guard Calvin Johnson? Who's going to guard Braylon Edwards? You've got a mismatch you're going to take advantage of. Basketball is doing the same thing. So why small guards? They better be special if they're small guards.
I'm glad you just segued that. This was the perfect segue. You talk about wide receivers, DBs, and you're talking about where guys play, matching up. Where should Travis Hunter? Where should he match up? Because I watched that game last night, Shep, and then I watched Aqib Talib talk about, like, when I say Aqib Talib should be somebody's head coach, like, he's so dialed into the sport and what it is, but what do you think Travis Hunter should do? You see some couple defensive plays for him last night, the game before. You saw some huge wide receiver plays last night. What do you think?
I would play him on offense. Where would you play him?
I'd play him on defense.
Okay, that's good.
Like, but hear me out. Before the season started, I was playing my wide receiver, playing some package stuff at DB. That's my understanding. I thought because of his ball skill, his athletic ability, his speed, you just give him the ball and make it happen. I was partially right. I listened to Aqib Talib, He said you play him at DB, he would be DB. He'd be top 15 DB in the league right now if you played him out there just because of his athletic ability. He said, look, he said, I'm telling you, I'll send it to you as well. He says you package him. You package him on defense. You let him learn by fire. He said you put him in the slot. He's gonna play on.
Oh, so one of my choices, I could play both. I could have him play both.
No. Well, yes, you can.
Oh,
but
okay.
The way he said do it is you start him at DB.
Okay.
You start him at DB. He can work in. He can work out. And then with the wide receiver, he was like, look, you 50-50 balls, packages in the red zone. Like he only needs 12 plays on offense. That's all you're gonna play him anyway. Now they're trying to teach him wide receiver.
Yeah.
And then sprinkle in DB, and then eventually sprinkle in both. No, play that boy at DB. You just get him ball in space. He's so gifted in space. There's so many packages you can do for him. Put him in space and in the red zone, 50-50 ball. Like I like that better. Play him at DB, and then 12 to 15 times you
can.
can.
But a perfect world, I'd play them both too.
Yeah.
But I think it's a passing lead. I think it's a wide receiver friendly league. He's electric.
Yeah.
Him and ETN in the same offense. Brian Thomas, all that stuff. I think you become a much more elite offense, especially helping a quarterback who has as many warts as Trevor Lawrence has.
I think we need a Braylon's breakdown on that at some point in time.
Yeah,
I really do. I would love to see you breaking down his film from both sides of it, because you guys are both making some good points on offense. His speed, man, it looks sick.
Yeah, he's pretty electric.
But you don't have to be in every play to do that, man. Like legitimately, you do not. There's a lot of ways you can. J-Mo doesn't even feel like he's even in on every play.
Hey,
he does. I mean, he does play. He does start. He's a wide receiver too. But it's essentially like they used J-Mo 2 years ago.
Yeah, but you told me the other day, and props to you for recognizing this. Jamison Williams' route running is a big reason why Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta are getting open. So if that's the case, and I believe you more than I believe the average Joe. If that's the case, why can't Travis Hunter make that type of impact on the offense, even though he may not be getting the ball every single time?
First of all, because J-Mo's a wide receiver and always has been a wide receiver. Okay. J-Mo was an elite wide receiver, a collegiate wide receiver when he was at Alabama. I didn't say it was his route running that's getting these guys open. It's the speed on these routes. It's the speed.
Well, you said his routes. I didn't mean to say route running. You said his routes, his speed on those routes allow others to get open.
Because Travis Hunter don't know how to play wide out yet. Like the plays that Travis Hunter is making, look at him. He ran a deep over. He jumped over everybody. He made a hell of a catch. They threw him the ball in space. He shook two people. He ran up the sideline. They threw him another ball in the sideline. He shook a person, and he got north and south for about 8 yards. Like, he's not running routes.
So you would use him similar to the way maybe the Cowboys used Deion Sanders?
Yes.
And Michigan used Charles Woodson.
1,000%.
Put him as a D-back, and then when you want to bring him into a few offensive packages, play him that way.
100%.
I like that.
100%.
Now you've changed my mind.
He did, especially when you bring up the J-Mo thing. It's like, you know what? I kind of get what you're saying.
Jet sweeps, some play actions off the jet sweep, getting him into certain routes, and then slowly but surely you open up the gambit on offense. Like, he's a DB. You got Jordan Lewis out there who played phenomenal for the Jaguars last night. I don't know why the Cowboys let him go.
I don't either. He's a Detroiter. He's pretty damn good.
I do, because it's the Cowboys. Because it's the Cowboys. They don't get it. They make them. But I think that defense is really good, which is why KC struggled last night. You put him out there on defense. Let him get a balance. Stop making him the jack of all trades, master of none. The same thing they did with Jabril Peppers. Stick his butt in one position. Like, master this DB. We got you covered. We'll teach you. We'll put you in the slot. Work some things on here. Won't match you up. We won't do that yet. You're not ready for that. I make him a DB. Offense, he's played flag football his whole life. He's played 7-on-7 his whole life. He's legit easy on the wide receiver side.
It's good stuff, man. It's a really good breakdown. By the way, that's why I picked Jacksonville last night.
Good call.
Over Kansas City.
Good call.
When we come back, speaking of DBs, some news on a Lions young defensive back. And what could Brad Holmes and company do about it? Could they add, and what names would you be looking at? We'll get into that coming up here on the Braylon Edwards Show on Woodward Sports in a minute. First, Les Stanford, always adding to their stable and trying to help you with some of the great inventory that they have. It's right behind me. You see it right here. The Equinox EV, it's a brand new one, $229 a month plus tax. You've got this Cadillac, the 2025 Lyric, $589 a month plus tax. That's a good-looking ride right now, and it's going to save you a lot of money on gas. And then this one right here, this is the one my wife's been saying,
that's the Shep mobile right there.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be the Shep mobile. I don't think I could pull it off, Kool-Aid. I think you
don't
could.
know,
I think Braylon could.
staff for you,
Ryan
too.
may need he may need a car seat, but he could pull it off.
I got a stat for you.
Damn.
I got a stat for you on the truck right there. How fast it is, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds.
Ooh.
You don't find that in the copy, but you do find $5.99 plus
Found that out
tax.
this morning.
All you got to do,
Damn,
he was racing it down Telegraph.
No.
All you got to do is go to lessstanford.com and check out and find the vehicle that is perfect for you.
So when we see that over at Jack's, and we already know whose car it is, huh,
That's
bro?
right.
That's
right.
Nah. I didn't try to race one of those earlier. My truck couldn't keep up, man.
Ooh.
But you know who can't keep up is Jax. Now, you might want to get your car washed tomorrow because the rain is killing today. But we can get you a free one. WSN, text that to 888-522-1729. Look, this is the best car wash in the state. I've been going there since I was a kid, and now I have the opportunity to partner with them through Woodward Sports. So should you free vacuums, free compressed air, free mat cleaning? You know all of this. You know all of the things. You know the cars look good when they finish there, when they come out on the line. Just get yourself an unlimited plan so you don't have to worry about when it rains like this. The unlimited plan, $29.99 per month. Let Jax be your car wash.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face.
New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shep Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep,
Bar looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Smoothie King. Check this out. Look, man, recovery is where winners are made. And lately, I've been tapping into these smoothies. Smoothie King, man. The recovery has been great.
It's really good.
I wake up after the workouts. I feel good. I come here. I feel energized. And I'm able to talk to you. Also, Smoothie King is doing the High School Athlete of the Week. Scan this QR code above my head. And what you can do is you can submit your name into the draft. Or you can submit one of the people that you know that is deserving of the High School Athlete of the Week. And no, it's a football player on there. It's all sports of the high school realm. You can submit, you get a chance, and nominate them. And there's a lot of things that come with that. But Smoothie King, great to partner up with them. And then also, too, just want to make sure people know that we're proud to collaborate with the Lee Foundation in selecting our weekly honorees. The Lee Foundation is the one that's responsible for picks like Tommy Carr, who we honored last week. So,
and you saw him play last week.
I did. Yeah. He did his thing out there at Saline High School, man.
That's
so
awesome.
we're appreciative to the Lee Foundation as well as Smoothie King for your High School Athlete of the Week.
Love that. By the way, Braylon brought me an acai bowl from Smoothie King. Oh my God, was that good? It's got blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, bananas.
Sounds like something Doc would put together,
little
man.
peanut butter on top. It was excellent.
I already drank my smoothie. Thank you,
guys.
brother.
See, you appreciate the gift that keeps on giving, much like Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Injury Insider, Michigan Sports and Spine. You can catch him on Big D Energy on Tuesdays, and you can catch him on our show on Thursdays. He's the guy that gets all the athletes right. 248-426-9944. You also don't have to be an athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, you scan this QR code above my head, whether you have a shoulder, knee, an ankle, elbow, it doesn't matter. Tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, elbow. Doctor gets you right. Call him.
Call the doc, man.
So many different types of elbows. Tennis elbow, it's golf elbow, bowler's elbow. Doesn't matter.
I get the golf.
Doc can get you.
Do you ever get the golf elbow?
I do.
I do too.
I just started. This is the first year that I got it. This maybe a little bit last.
It's painful. It's painful. It affects a lot of stuff. I mean, you want to start lifting and stuff. It really. I mean, it's so. I don't know what's worse: trying to work out with that, or trying to swing a golf club with it.
It's really telling you, like what golf elbow and tennis elbow is. It's telling you that your ligaments are too tight, and if you keep effing around, you will tear it. Like I'm not being funny. That's layman's terms. If you keep messing around, you would tear that ligament. That's what the little pain is. It's the body telling you, all right, okay, you better call Dr. Pierce. You better slow down. That's what that feeling is.
It's basically your body telling you FAFO. Yeah. Okay, that's basically what it is.
There you go.
Some decent news out of Lions camp. We spoke yesterday a little bit about Terrion Arnold and the injury that he's suffering through and how it's going to keep him out, and some speculated for an entire year. The news out of Allen Park is that it's not going to be quite that severe, so that's good. In the meantime, though, you and I both would agree.
I gotta stop putting.
Brandon loves that picture.
Because every time you put this picture up, like it doesn't bode well. Because this is what we're trying to get him to get away from.
Yeah, that's
this
is a negative thing.
It's funny because we talk about it every time.
This is a negative thing for Terrion Arnold, right?
All right, I won't make it anymore.
This is from 2 years ago.
This is from
for last year. Yeah,
last year. Because you can see he's wrong. For one, he's not facing the ball.
Right.
Two, he's got his hand on him already. And then look where his eyes are. His eyes are looking at Tyler Lockett's chin. Meanwhile, the ball hasn't even dropped down yet. So he's looking at he's completely out.
Braylon's breakdown.
This is not a positive look right here.
It's not.
For Terrion Arnold. He has been better this year, trust me.
Positive conversation, though.
For sure. But the Lions basically have three healthy corners, okay? Amik Robertson, Rock Yassin, and Avonte Maddox. Now, on the practice, they have Eric Hallett, Trey Flowers, Nick Whiteside. Many people feel, including yours truly, they need to bring another one in. Do you believe in promoting from practice squad, or would you like to make either a trade or bring in somebody who is not yet signed and arguably, you and I talked earlier, Stephon Gilmore, out of football shape, not in shape, but football shape?
Yeah, promoting from the practice squad, no. I mean, I don't believe that the practice squad guy would be the the way to go. You need DBs. You need guys who are going to help you. This Kansas City Chiefs team, they can get the ball down the field. I mean, you didn't see necessarily that great yesterday, but by the time you play, Xavier Worthy's ankle probably will be much better. Tyquan Thornton is a receiver that's making some noise, getting to the Kansas City Chiefs last year. Marquise Brown, he's going to drop a couple, but he still makes big plays, and he's still tough at the line of scrimmage. So this is going to be a wide receiver core that you're going to have some horses in the stable, and I just don't know if promoting from the practice squad. These are guys that weren't even on the actual active roster. These are guys that you're promoting. I know you always look at me. I'm the guy that says, yep, every time, go out and get somebody. You know, and I typically do. I think this situation is a little different. I think
so?
Because you do need somebody. DJ Reed is going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, so we believe. Terry and Arnold, they're telling us that it's not going to be as long, but what is not as long? Is it 8 weeks going down to 4 weeks? Is it a 6 weeks going down to 3 weeks? He will be out, and even when they come back, you still need some guys. Because this is reoccurring injuries for Terry and Arnold, and you just want to have some depth. Yassine went down, and Meek is nursing some things. So I will go out and get somebody. And how you go out and get somebody is you got to get some guys that are third, fourth on a roster. They're the third DB, the fourth DB, maybe 4 or 5, and you got to see what that ticket looks like. You got to see what can we give you, what can we make shake, who do you may want, how can we work something, because if you're getting a guy like that, maybe with Ray Lopez that you bought in the offseason to give your D-line some depth. D-line has been pretty good. D-line depth is decent. You're getting some guys back in the Lean McNeil. Maybe that's the way you go. But I wouldn't get a practice squad guy.
Okay.
Like, you're talking about going against some heavy hitters coming up, and then, oh, by the way, you play the Bucks the week after that.
Right.
We know what Baker Mayfield can do. He is hell to pay in terms of passing that ball down the field.
But they did play Trey Flowers this past week, and they just signed him.
Right.
So would you give him a deeper look, or would you truly explore trading for, I'll use a guy who I would think they should look at, Greg Newsome from Cleveland.
Right.
I don't know what you'd have to give up. I mean, there's a lot of speculation. 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick. If it's a 6th-round pick, I don't think it's that hard of a decision at all. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Plays the run really well. Change of scenery is a phrase we like to throw around in sports. Some people believe it's real. I think you did. You need to get out of Cleveland. You went to New York. You thrived. Yeah. So could be a situation. We brought up Stephon Gilmore, Emmanuel Mosley. They're all free agents. L'Jarius Sneed, Trey Hawkins with the Giants, Sneed with Tennessee. Those are all names that I think at least we can keep an eye out for.
Yeah, true. And Newsome's under the deal, though. Or he's
got 1 year left on the deal.
He's got 1 year left. So you trade for him. You don't have to pay Cleveland front the ticket for the rest of. And then you just let him go at the end of the season.
That probably gets negotiated. I don't know how that actually works.
I'm with that, because at the end of the day, if you let him go at the end of the year, fine, and that's on you. You're still hoping for Terry Arnold, or you're hoping you're going to draft somebody, you're hoping you're going to pay somebody in the offseason. Maybe it's Newsome, but that situation doesn't seem like it hurts you.
Yeah. Hoping that a guy like Enos Rakestraw actually gets healthy and can actually give you something as a 2nd-round pick, for crying out loud. Yeah. Because God almighty, that's when people talk about misses, they don't bring that one up nearly enough. You know why? Because he doesn't dress. He doesn't dress.
He doesn't even give us a chance.
Yeah. He just never has moved the needle, even when they drafted him, and now you just never see him to even be able to develop an opinion. Whenever I hear his name, I think the same about Josh Pascal. Stop mentioning his name.
I know.
Please just stop bringing his name up. And I know he had a couple of moments where you look at Josh Pascal, you're like, all right, maybe there was somebody 2nd rounder from Kentucky. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a lot of injuries. That's what's behind it, and a lot of seeming. So
I think the first week you and I worked together, you said the one advice you'd give Brad Holmes, and you think he's done a really good job: stop drafting injured players.
It was a thing for him, and even free agency. It wasn't even just the draft. Yeah. Like, a lot of the free agent guys were coming: Emmanuel Mosley, Marcus Davenport, and there's others. And then these drafted guys that were injured or had a longer sheet of injuries that they had to do through in the combine, and then they get hurt here. It's like, damn, I remember Keith Mitchell, they drafted the tight end out of Virginia Tech. He had some issues. He comes here, he got hurt. Pascal gets hurt. It's like, that was a big thing for me, for Brad Holmes, because it almost felt like, all right, well, look, where can we not take shortcuts? That's an improper term. That's unprofessional. Where can we get lucky? Where can we look at a guy that had a lot of potential and maybe could get paid this, but had a couple injuries, so now he's worth this?
Where can we take advantage of people passing on a guy who
Hendon Hooker. Now, he didn't get hurt.
Right.
Now, he hasn't got hurt. Well, he didn't get hurt as a Lion.
No, he
but
was
that
hurt
was
in
another
college.
situation where it was like, this guy potentially could have won a Heisman, potentially could have been a first-round pick. So, based off that, this is a good move.
Yeah.
I think he did that too much for me.
And Michael Wary sends in a $2 super chat as well. He wants to know, I think Trey Flowers could help. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, she won't have anybody. Yes, he can help.
Yeah.
He definitely can help. And they trust him. And this is somebody that they bought in and they play right away. So, yeah, let him see what he can do for a week or so. But don't be married to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, don't be married to anything. This is you guys got a good handle on the season. I've been looking at like a lot of these networks, Shep, who said the Lions were dead in the water and Dad Campbell was done and the coordinators, this, that, and the third. Now, all of a sudden, guess who's the best team in the NFL?
Yeah. Some people are just
very shocking. But with that being said, you are in a position to where you are the best team in the NFL, and you do have got a little bit of a schedule coming up. You want to make sure you get the depth and get it now.
Yeah, there's no perfect team out there.
No.
It was, throw up in your mouth time when you heard all these so-called experts and national pundits saying, I really think Dan Campbell's going to have an issue in Detroit and so on and so forth. And I'm sure they've come out and said and retracted a little bit. That's because the team forced them to. They're the best team in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked, and everybody has continued to talk about the offense, and for good reason. They're number one. Indianapolis is number two in scoring. The shiny new toy is Indianapolis, and they've surprised everybody. I don't know if the Lions have surprised people. I think their defense has, though. And you can look at what happened in the fourth quarter and some poor calls and some poor blown coverages here or there. But overall, I think their defense has been pretty damn special. And Aiden Hutchinson, as much as he was criticized, and for good reason, against Green Bay, I think you said, and so did Dr. Pierce, it's going to take him a couple of weeks, all right? You could talk about preseason games, or he didn't play in preseason games, preseason scrimmages. He is an absolute menace right now, and you would argue that he's the best defensive end in football right now, with the number of pressures that he's put, the number of sacks, and some of the stuff that's been taken away from him, too. Mm-hmm. He is number one in quarterback pressures, 31. He's number two in sacks, 5. He's number 5 in win percentage, and he's had 3 sacks, a safety, and a forced fumble taken away. Now, one of it was his fault.
Damn.
One of it was his fault because he was offside.
Yeah.
But those are all real stats. That dude right there, you could make the argument, I know Myles Garrett is deserving, that he's the best at his position in the National Football League. And if he's not, he's one of them, top 3, and he's been a big reason why the defense is so much better than I think anybody expected. Anybody.
Yeah, he's damn good. Like he is legit. He is a menace out there. It's set game 4 because what you do in the offseason when there's when you're not in pads is very different than what you do when you're in pads. And then it's very different going up against Penei Sewell, who in your mind might be taking care of my boy. I don't want my boy to be out here. I'm gonna let him get his confidence back. I'm gonna let him get his feels back, et cetera, et cetera. It's a different thing when you gotta go out there and you gotta go against guys that have no care for you. When they don't care about your injury, or they don't care about your process, or they don't care about this, and they're also been rocking and rolling for 365. So it just takes a little more to get a win. It didn't get those in Green Bay, and so now it's like, I gotta go back to the drawing board. I'm rushing it too much. I'm pressing a little too hard. Let me just take my time and let me just get in it. Here's a game. And now you get game 2, Chicago Bears. You finally get a sack. Then you start to feel okay. I got to the quarterback. All right, that move worked. All right, I'm feeling good. You know what? Let me open my portfolio a little bit. Let me dive into some moves that I've been working on. Oh, that worked too? Well, I was able to beat the right tackle with this one? Okay. Now I'm getting back to
Jake Browning's a statue. I think I'll gobble him up. Thank you very much.
Then you get to game 4, and it's like, shoot, let me get the Flacco and let me knock the ball down because that's how fast I got there. I don't even have to tackle the guy. Yeah. I got there so fast. Boop. There's a forced fumble and fumble recovery.
Oh, you're going to run a flea flicker? Not on my watch, yeah.
So it's starting to happen. Well for him.
Yeah,
and the defensive line, though, to your point, they have been the catalyst on that side of the ball, 100%.
And I focus probably too much on a lot of the names, just like everybody does. Again, credit to Kelvin Shepard for finding a way to dial up the pressure. I love what he's done. I give him so much credit. But Al-Qadim Muhammad, look what he's done. He's got 17 quarterback pressures, 4 sacks. Put it in perspective, not taking a shot at this guy, because I know a lot of people like him. Zadarius Smith has 9-2. I'm just saying. That's all.
I will say this though. I know it's coming when they play the Kansas City Chiefs this coming Sunday night, and when they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I already know what's coming down the pipeline, and you guys are gonna.
Wait, you said you already called it?
You get. Did I stutter?
Hey,
but what's gonna happen? Though,
pause for effect there.
I'm mad they won. I'm mad that the Chiefs lost last night, and I'm mad that the Chiefs are now under 500. Because what's about to happen?
I'm with you.
What's about to happen is it's gonna be the goalpost getting pushed back yet again.
You're right.
Like they're gonna ignore the fact that they beat the since they lost to Green Bay. They're gonna ignore the fact that they beat the Bears 52-21. They're going to ignore the fact that they went into Baltimore and dismantled the Ravens. Yes, they had a couple injuries, and yes, they had a bunch of injuries. I don't care. They dismantled that team. They took their soul. You see, Derrick Henry had a whole crash-out situation on the sideline, and then the Browns. Bad team. Horrible team. This game was way over before the game even started. They beat them by more than 10. And then they did the same thing to the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't care about those 21 points in the fourth quarter. What's going to happen is they're going to beat the Chiefs, and they're going to say, well, this isn't the Kansas City Chiefs of old.
You're right.
Well, Travis Kelce, because I heard the BS excuses last night. Well, they've played 2 months more than any other team because, you know what, kudos to them. That's what happens when you win championships. Don't give me that. That's what's coming down the pipeline when the Lions beat them next week. It's going to be more excuses. Well, and then it's going to be beat the Chiefs. Then they're going to beat the Bucks. And then it's going to be, well, you know, Kalijah Kancey and then Mike Evans. You didn't make that excuse for Baker last week with the Seattle Seahawks that they went on the road to beat. And then it's going to be the Vikings. Well, Carson Wentz is the quarterback. The Commanders, not really the same team last year. Jaden Daniels has a sophomore slump going on, and the Eagles. Well, Eagles can't pass the ball down the field.
They're selfish.
They're the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
That's what's coming down the pipeline for the rest of the Lions season. They're going to continue to move that goalpost back. Just be ready.
100%.
Just be ready.
100%.
Let them know.
They've already done it with Baltimore. My complaint to people who say that about Baltimore, they're not very good. Yeah, you know why they're not very good? Because Detroit beat the snot out of them.
Look,
okay, so that's
at the
part
end of the day, it's just so hard. You see these letters across my chest? They form Detroit. It's so hard for them to just say Detroit is like that.
Yeah.
In any sport, in anything in life, it's so hard to just say Detroit's the best city, Detroit's the best team, Detroit is it. So hard for them to say. They got to give you an excuse.
Hey,
they got to give you a little goalpost. Well, they won, but there's no Christian.
Speaking of the
there's
Chiefs,
no Travis
speaking
Kelce.
of the Chiefs,
Coop up there, you just spitting fire.
Did you guys see? You watched the Chiefs and Jags last night?
King
Cooper
Okay.
Bray.
I still don't like Travis. I still don't like Trevor Lawrence.
I don't either.
He can't process.
It doesn't seem like it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't follow that. I would not follow that guy to the kitchen. I just don't think he inspires you much. But whatever. Okay, I'm trying to take
nice
anything away.
kid.
They did win. Did you watch when he scored the game-winning touchdown?
But he tripped, fell, got up.
He fell down. Well, somebody stepped on him. In fairness, but then he fell down again, got up and ran it in.
Yeah.
Did you see Chris Jones?
Yeah, that he had two or three plays like that yesterday.
Chris Jones literally stood there and watched. Yeah. He literally was just walking around. It was the reincarnation of Tony Casillas with Dallas playing the Lions when Barry Sanders juked him out of his shorts. Yeah. Where Tony Casillas is like, where the hell is that guy? And he's gone, right, for a touchdown at the Silverdome. That's what Chris Jones literally just watched him. Now, he's probably not going to catch him. It's a bad look for Chris Jones, one of the better defensive tackles in the league.
It's a bad look for Chris Jones, 1,000%. He is absolutely at fault on all those plays because there was 3 plays in that game where he just kind of, you let it go, etc. I'm going to just tell you, in my estimation, what I think that is. See, when you win, it covers up a lot. And these jokers been winning for 8-9 years. And all the, Travis, you get $50 million. You get $50 million. You get commercials. You get commercials. We're going to do all this stuff. You make the focal point about the offensive players. Only paid offensive players. Only defensive player to get played was Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Only defensive player. They let all the other ones go, with the exception of Nick Bolton, because they shouldn't have. Like, I know that's been festering for a while. I know that all the other stuff off the field has been festering for a while. I know Chris Jones, and this has been coming for a minute. Remember the Philadelphia Eagles game when Chris Jones was jaw-jacking at Jalen Hurts? This is the same guy I saw defend and protect Daniel Jones when they were trying to interview him after a game where they had beat up on the Giants, and this was Daniel Jones on his way out. He was defending. He was doing everything he could to be polite about Daniel Jones. Fast forward, he's up there arguing with Jalen Hurts after the game was over, after they lost, and you lost to him in the Super Bowl. Different Chris Jones. Different things.
Man, you didn't even throw for 100 yards. Jalen Hurts like, man, we won the game.
This Chiefs team is tired of each other. I don't care how you disguise it, how you mask it, how you do the commercials, or Mahomes cut his hair and doing the interview with Jason Kelsey before the game and Travis and Andy Reid. Where do you want me?
Or doing all these specials like the Kingdom.
Where do you want me to sit? Where do you want Trav to sit? They don't like each other. They're tired of each other right now. Like, they are tired of each other. Winning has pissed them off.
That's the thing, huh?
Hell yeah. Like, because money gets involved. Things get involved. Who's getting what? Who's not getting this? Who's leaving? Who coach shows more favor to? Who he allows to do more things? Why he didn't get in trouble when he was late to the meeting?
Right. I want an insurance commercial.
Why did I have to practice yesterday, but he hasn't practiced in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, things like that start happening. But when you're not winning, Shep, see, when you're winning, I see it, but what can I say?
I overlook it. Yeah,
A.J. Brown, maybe learn that. When you win, you don't say anything. But when you lose, boiling point.
Wow. Yeah, it was, like you said, it was a really bad look for Chris Jones, who's a
He's been
really
the best
good
player at that position since Aaron Donald's last year.
Yeah. Yeah, he's no Aaron Donald. There's not many Aaron
No,
Donalds.
he's not.
But you're
Not
right.
at all.
I mean, Aaron Donald, arguably,
But
best
Aaron's
defensive lineman of all time.
Chris Jones had a better season.
Yeah. I found it spectacular watching because I have seen and heard from people so often about I want him to try.
Yeah.
And we see it in baseball probably more than anything else. Why doesn't he run the ball out? Ground ball to second, throw to first, and they got him by 5 steps, right? Why not? They think it's automatic. Well, it sure seemed like Chris Jones thought it was automatic that Trevor Lawrence was going to score, and there's nothing he could do about it. But the Jags with an impressive win. They're 4-1. I think it's their best record since 2007. I don't know if they're a threat in the AFC. The NFC, to me, is clearly the better conference this year.
It is, and it's funny you say that you don't find them a threat in the AFC because I would tell you this. The AFC is so confusing right now that I think they're a threat because I think everybody's a threat. I think everybody in that AFC is a threat. The Chargers, even though they lost their offensive lineman, Joe Alton, this looked a lot different.
Two offensive linemen.
Offensive linemen. They're still a threat. Bo Nix might figure it out. They're definitely a threat. The Kansas City Chiefs, just never count that guy out because it is Patrick Mahomes. Although we're talking all this stuff, I still would never count him out. The Baltimore Ravens. Look at that division.
You can't.
Somebody's got to win. No,
I'm not taking that from you because you told me last week they're dead.
I did, but look at their division. It's the Cleveland Browns. It's the Cincinnati Bengals. So eventually, Lamar Jackson will get healthy, and you'll have to figure out if Baltimore.
He's right.
I'm being honest.
No, I know they're 3-1. But the leader is 3-1. It's Pittsburgh, and they're a -2 in run scoring or run differential or point differential.
And that's what I'm saying. Once he's healthy, because I think he's playing this coming week, do they rebound and do they go on a run? And does Pittsburgh do what they typically do is fall apart in the last 7 weeks of the season?
Yeah.
Like Mike Tomlin's not going to finish under 500, but he's not necessarily going to stay to the point where he's 11
2
and
games
6.
over 500.
100%. So it's going to be interesting in that regard. So the AFC is wide open. NFC is 2 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say,
you
shout
think
out
there's
to
only
the
2
Chat
teams?
family as well.
I'm sorry. You think it's Detroit and Philly?
Ooh.
Who?
In the NFC, you think it's Detroit and Philly?
Man, you see, this is why we need.
Talk to us,
this is
Brett.
why we need Braylon's top five.
Talk to us, Brett.
We need it sooner. No. In that NFC, I'm going with that boy Baker.
Ooh.
I'm going with Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
I'm going with them
So
as
it's Detroit and Tampa.
Detroit, Tampa, and then the Rams and Eagles can fight it out.
Okay. You're not a believer in Frisco, even though they lead
No.
that division and just beat the Rams in
You
Los
don't like
Angeles
Mac Jones?
with 5
No.
guys out.
I was very impressed with Mac Jones.
He did.
but
He said that. He said that on Monday. Yeah.
He was beat up in that game. Like,
he was.
Excuse me. Last time I checked, there's 12 games left.
Yeah.
So no, I don't buy
He
that.
did. That's true. He looked like Pinocchio on a string. Like, he's a real boy. Not in this play. He's not.
Speaking of winning, overcoming, how many times have we seen the Eagles go at each other's necks over the last 4 years?
Okay, but how many times have you seen them win? They still win.
This is very true.
So maybe it's a little different this year. You would know that better than I.
They just lost that last
I
game.
still think they're a legitimate threat. I wouldn't say they're as good as Tampa, nor would I say they're as good as Detroit, because I've said I think Detroit's the best in football. Tampa's probably right there behind. All the Tampa's scoring differentials there's a +3. It's a sliver. I would take Buffalo over Tampa. Then I would have Tampa. I do believe Philadelphia belongs in the conversation. They're still good.
Yeah, 100%. as it relates to Buffalo, they need to get a number one wide receiver. I know they have Keon Coleman, and he can make some plays. He's tremendous in making plays. We saw that at State. You saw that at Florida State. But they don't have a number one, which is the same thing I said about Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
When you got quarterbacks that do that, they tend not to get the number one wide receiver. But
they need to make a trade. I don't know if it's Chris Olave or somebody like that they could trade for, but they need to get somebody. Yeah. It could be Garrett Wilson in New York. Something for him.
Oh, here it is. I'm glad I remember it. With the Eagles, Shep.
Yeah.
Not everybody's as hungry once you already won. Like, keep an eye on that. Like, see, they fought to fight back last year, the year before that, blah, blah, blah. They got the Super Bowl, Shep. People on that team that got paid, Shep. So now all these concerns, all these gripes, all this sitting on the bench, reading the Bible and all this kind of stuff. They got two major injuries, Landon Johnson and Landon Dickerson.
This year
they were healthy. So now you mentioned some injuries. Yeah. Now Nick Sirianni, like, you legitimately were almost coach of the year twice, and you won a Super Bowl. You've been to 2 Super Bowls, and you let the media and the fans dictate how you're going to call plays? Like, there's a lot going on in Philly. Shoot, what was his name? BG, Brandon Graham, last year.
Yeah.
He had to have a coming to Jesus moment before they were able to get on that run towards the end of the year. Guess who's not there this year?
BG.
Guess who's also not there this year? You can see him every night. You can see him on Monday Night Football.
Well, Jason Kelsey wasn't there last year either, though.
But you had BG.
Yeah.
So now I'm saying you don't have either one of those guys.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Because even though Lane Johnson's been there forever and is a hell of a player, sometimes guys like him, they do their job. Yeah. And their job is to go out there and block. That's what he does.
When you say about, guess what, they won the Super Bowl, there's a certain sense of satisfaction is what I'm reading into the verbiage. That's what made maybe Brady and New England so special. Yeah. Maybe it's what made Steph Curry and Golden State special, and Jordan and Bulls special, and Isaiah and Magic Johnson. Guys like that aren't satisfied. That tells you something. The Florida Panthers, they've been to 3 straight Stanley Cups. They've won back-to-back, and Matthew Tkachuk wants more. I mean, there's something to be said for that.
Everybody that you just named, and I'm not disrespecting the Eagles. I don't know about this. I know about some of them, but I won't mention names. Everybody you named, they won that championship. They had that parade a week later. What were they doing?
They were probably in the gym getting ready.
A week later.
Yeah.
And we know Michael Jordan, since you mentioned the Bulls. We know he started lifting the day after they lost a couple times. I don't know if that's this Eagles team. I think this Eagles team might still be celebrating.
Wow. What a celebration. Doing it,
reigning, because reigning defending, that works for 365.
And folks, that's why sometimes we can't always read into records.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say, oh, they're 4-1, it's how you get there sometimes. And I know you could use Tampa as an example too, because I just said it's a 3-point difference between what they've scored and what they've surrendered, but there's a belief there. You can tell. Watching the Tampa Bay Bucks, they look around. It could be 38 seconds remaining. They're down 4. All they're going to do is look at number 6. I don't know if you saw the video from him when he was at halftime, or maybe it was just before the game against Seattle, where he's like, you guys are going to look pretty effing stupid at halftime, okay? He goes, you're pretty strong. You're nothing but a blank, blank, blank. I mean, and his teammates are around him looking at him like, go, Baker, go. And what does he do? He goes and balls out.
Like some fighters don't start until they get punched in the mouth. Some fighters don't start till they get behind on the cards. Baker is one of those fighters. He don't get started until they get down, or until the game gets close, or until he makes that first play, or until he scrambles and get his head knocked off. And then he's like, yeah, now you guys are in for a fight. I told you that he's dangerous.
He is dangerous.
Because he talks that stuff too.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. When we come back, I want to get into something that one of my favorite linebackers said about the Detroit Lions. He said it in jest, but I think he's speaking for a lot of people in the National Football League. We'll get to that coming up after this from Black Rock.
Check this out.
Check it out.
So excited to talk about Black Rock Bar and Grill this coming Monday. You know what? That's too soon. I'll let you guys see what the magic is. Talking about Black Rock, they got deals that are limited edition only, and you want to get them now. The steak and lobster, $19.99. Check. Get that. Grab that. The second thing you want to get, Braylon's beef, 20-ounce New York strip. You got to get it. It is succulent, as I have been told. Now it's time to turn up. We'll have one of those on Monday. And then also, too, it's the fish and chips. Like Shep told you, don't underestimate the value of the fish and chips. The limited deals are here, man. This is the place that sizzles. Black Rock Bar and Grill. And oh, by the way, when you win, talking about the Detroit Lions, when the Lions win, we win. You go to Black Rock Bar and Grill, you go and tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Guess what? You get an appetizer for the free ball. Nothing beats the free ball, man. Black Rock Bar and Grill.
You know, that looks so good. I tried to take a plastic knife and fork, just hoping it was real. You know, it's kind of like the Matrix. It was one of those Matrix moments, you know. Keanu Reeves, right? He's the star of that.
Neo.
I was hoping that was real and I could just eat it right off the big screen. It looks so good, the steak and lobster there.
I got a great story about the Matrix when we come back from break.
Okay, I'm sure it's something that Braylon has done before, like this, you know, arching back, that now makes me pull every muscle in my back. You don't want it to be complicated. You want it to be simple. You want it to be easy, like it's supposed to be in life. Well, that's not the way it always works, but it does work that way at Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men. It's the perfect place for you to stop by. It'll be quick. It'll be efficient. Sign in, you're in the chair, you get a really good looking haircut. They're really good people. It's clean and it's efficient. It's wicked awesome. Lady Jane's.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith.
New focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions. Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Get somebody.
Braylon's one of those guys who plans everything, right?
Yeah.
If I leave at this time, I'll be home by this time. I'll be in my casual pajamas at this time with my feet up doing this time. He's like planning everything
like
out.
Batman.
I think athletes do that. A good friend of mine is Rob Rubik. He does that all the time. He's like, Shep, if we show up at 5, we stay for a couple hours, I should be home by. I'm like, dude, we haven't even gotten in the car yet, and you're planning when you're arriving.
That's because no sport has a schedule like football. Baseball, hockey, basketball all lack schedules. Football, from the time I started playing, let's go to college. Time I got to college, all the way through NFL, there was something to do. Every second, minute, day was accounted for. 365. So, like, just because you retired, man, what? I played 9 years in NFL, 4 years in college with Lloyd Carr, who was super stickler about time. So you're talking about, at the end of the day, 13 years, 12 years? I don't know how to turn that off.
So you can't turn it off.
I can't turn it off.
You're stuck in that moment, which is fine. I'm stuck on this picture, by the way, of Buddy's Pizza. I mean, I want one desperately right now.
Detroiter.
It's so good. That's the Detroiter. Yeah, it's got the pepperonis. You see how nice the crispy crust is right around the edge?
Burnt edges.
That would look so good.
Stop making me hungry.
I know. It would look so good right now on the desk. There's 22 locations, for crying out loud. It's the original. They've been doing it for 79 years.
Man, we're
Nobody
need one
does
for
it
the
better.
watch party.
If you want your thank you, a watch party. If you want 10% off your order, all you got to do is type in 10, the number 10, meal, MEAL, Buddy's Pizza, buddyspizza.com. It's so good. That's really good looking. It's even better in person.
I teased. Oh shoot!
Oh shoot! Never
Look it, Detroit fans. I know the Tigers play today. I know they've been struggling with runners in scoring position. It's a very frustrating watch. However,
It's stressful, Ryan.
when you're in between innings and commercial breaks, maybe in the middle of the game, you want to upgrade your relaxation game, you head over to Massage Chair House, located on the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Make sure you book a visit with Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doctor, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel, or book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan that QR code.
Book it.
Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Here you go. So here's
Hey,
here's
we
the
back.
Matrix story. So this would have been January. It was January, whatever date it was. So I'm watching the playoffs, watching my pops. Playoffs, they come on Saturday and Sunday. Now I'm watching the AFC playoffs. Now I'm watching a particular game by, I don't want to give the team away. I'm setting the scene. I'm watching two AFC teams. I don't necessarily care about the AFC, but it's on, so I'm going to watch it. We're getting ready to go to the movies. This is CP and I. It's my stuff right now. We're about to go see a movie. But we're watching this game. Game gets kind of interesting. Team scores. You think the game is over. So it's all right. We'll watch this kickoff return, and then we'll go to the movies. So we watch the kickoff return, and it just so happens to be Frank Wycheck throwing the ball back to Kevin Dyson, which was the Music City Miracle. Watch this. We go crazy. My dad played for the Oilers, which became, you guessed it, the Tennessee Titans. So I have a deep love for them. So I'm going crazy. I'm running around the house. We're watching the game. Can't believe it. We're watching the highlights. And this is instant replays new. So this was like maybe season 1, 2, or 3 of instant replay. They had to check to see if everything. So we're watching like intensely.
Make sure it wasn't a forward pass.
100%. Completely forget. To this day, I think it was a forward pass, but I don't care. It worked in my favor.
All right.
But we're watching this. It works in our favor. Tennessee wins. They end up going to the Super Bowl and losing to the Rams. We go to the movies. Movies already started. And my dad's like, well, Matrix? Matrix? You want to go see a Matrix? I was like, the Matrix? I didn't even know it was about at the time. I didn't know the Wachowski brothers. This is their first movie. Go see the movie. Movie ended up being my favorite movie at that time that I had ever seen.
Yeah.
I would go back from recency bias after a while, but it was just, so Matrix always gets tied into the Music City Miracle because we weren't going. I don't even know what movie we were going to see. To this day, I don't know what it was.
How many Matrix movies are there?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Have you seen them all?
Yeah,
Seen them all. Okay.
one was the only good one. 2 was like good if you like the series because it had some dope stuff in it. 3 was horrible, and 4 was like really like
Then
why
they
y'all
do
bring
got
it
the
back?
Animatrix
Why would
2,
you-
the
why would
digital
You
one.
agree?
Why would you
I
go
agree.
see 4 if you thought 3 was horrible?
Because you're already dialed in. It's just
Okay.
like
You're
why would
hooked.
you watch?
You have to do it.
Why would you watch season 8 of Game of Thrones? Because I've been watching forever, and I got to see what this horrible night fight is going to be about. Once you're
I haven't seen
once
Game
you're
of Thrones,
in,
but yeah.
like so, I watched that. But
How long can you take a series? How long can you guys take? Like, do you binge watch it all?
how good is the series? Because Billions sucked in the last 2, but like I give you Succession. Succession's 4 seasons. Each season got better.
Okay.
Like I watched Succession. Billions was
Succession?
amazing for the
Okay.
first 3 seasons, and then it did some weird stuff. 3, I feel like is the
Three
is
seasons?
Yeah,
You're saying? Okay.
3 seasons is the sweet spot.
Okay.
Like very rarely do you get, which
All
I
right.
think is overrated, but let me not piss people off. Rarely do you get a Breaking Bad that's going 8 seasons and like that. Rarely do you
Right.
get a Sopranos that's elong, and even it
Can't
tapered
keep
off.
getting away with this.
100%. Like,
Yellowstone was a really good one for me.
They got rid of Kevin, and then
Year 5, it got to be like, okay, and then they delayed it, and I said, I can be done.
Right.
I don't have to see it through. I think you're right. 3 seasons is good for me. There's only so much I can handle. If it starts getting monotonous, and Yellowstone did, I got to the point where like I can leave it. I have no problem. I can tell within the first half a season
Same.
if I'm going to like it. I have no problem leaving a series.
It's the same as we were just talking about with A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, once you get to season 2, once you get to season, like, you get past 2, you get to 3, you get to 4. Now it's more money. Now this actor's getting paid more than this actress. Now you got that. Now there's other stuff involved. And now it's not, like, things get involved the longer you're together.
Unless it's True Detective. True Detective had different people, different storylines.
See-
I watched the first 3. I liked. The last one was awful. Jodie Foster was
Season
awful.
1 was great. with Woody and Matthew.
Yeah, one of the best shows
Agreed.
I've ever seen.
Season
really.
2 was weird with
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
And Taylor Kitsch. and that was a little. It was watchable.
Yeah.
But a little weird.
Season 3 was good.
Season 3 was good. That was Mahershala Ali.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, and Stephen Dorff. I didn't watch season 4.
You don't.
With Jodie Foster.
Don't.
Thank you.
Okay. It's how long? How many seasons, Kool-Aid?
4.
I was gonna about 3, 4. I've
Okay.
watched some things that's gone over 5, 6. But are
Like
you
the
tapped
longest.
out?
What's the longest you've taken a series?
Sheesh. I did watch the Friends series, which was 10 seasons.
The what series?
Friends. I did watch like all the CW
The show Friends?
Heroes stuff.
Oh, that's a comedy. I'm sorry. My apologies. I meant like a docu-series or a series like that. I'm not talking about Seinfeld and Friends and Frasier and
Are you
stuff
talking
like
like
that.
Netflix? Or
I'm
are you talking
talking
about true docu-series, which is like 4?
Yeah, I'm talking about any long TV series, I suppose, that is not a comedy, and all that kind of stuff.
Drama.
Like more drama. You brought up something Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
My
Black
family
Sails
watched
is
it. I have
good.
not watched it.
Yeah, Blacklist.
Okay, Blacklist. I heard that was
Yeah,
very good.
yeah, I watched
Right.
that one.
So
Blacklist
mine would
was
be
fire.
Sopranos. I think
Scandal.
that was 10 seasons.
Mellow.
That was the longest for me. What about you, Rye?
I would say, how many seasons are in the Ozarks? Like 5 or 6?
4.
4? Yeah, I stopped at 3 because it was the same thing over and over again. Just they get themselves out of a pickle.
Okay.
Every
Same
single time.
thing. Ozarks.
So, yeah.
Season
wicked
1
pickle.
of Ozarks was phenomenal.
Season 1 was?
It was phenomenal.
My
was
wife
really
loved
good.
that show.
Because how it came about, Shep, like it's just a storyline that you weren't expecting, and then there's a place and where they're going. You're like, man, the Ozarks. What is Missouri about? This podunk town. This is not gonna be good.
I should watch
And
season
it was
1.
for a small town. It had so much going on. They still were connected to it. I'm not gonna say anything, but
All
they
right,
still were connected.
so you'd recommend that?
100%. Jason Bateman and Laura Linney, they're electric.
With movies,
The
though,
first
Bray,
episode.
We'll do,
Yeah.
we'll do
Uh,
that.
Yeah.
I'll do that based on your
Facts.
recommendation. Don't tell my wife because she's the one who's told me to
I
to
do
watch
wanna
it for a
ask
while.
I don't know what
Ray,
you're talking about.
With movies, are you tapped out with the Matrix? Because Matrix 5 has been confirmed.
Are you kidding me? He
It's
just
supposed to
said
bring
3
back
and 4 sucked.
Keanu Reeves.
It's like the Fast and the Furious.
Like,
so
I'm
many.
out.
That's
Like,
mind
You
blowing.
tapped out?
like,
There's so many.
Like
A little
number
fatigue.
4 was so bad. They brought back 4 and it was also you launched it during COVID. It came out
4 was
2020.
bad.
It was bad.
And I'm a super
All
fan.
right, because I've never seen it, and I know it's on. You'll see it on a lot of different opportunities and on different channels.
Last thing I say about that, you know what hurts the Matrix is that he now has the franchise John Wick. Like
And that's similar.
Like he used to be Neo. Like he's not Neo anymore.
Right.
He's John Wick.
Gotcha.
So now when he's doing the Neo movies, he's got
That's
the
a
John
great
Wick
point.
haircut and he's bad. So I'm not even looking. He's an old stiff dude.
Yeah, which one
Like
is it?
Neo
Yeah.
wasn't. He was slow, but he was fluid.
So
He's John
Neo,
Wick.
not Neo for Neo Rule. I got you. That's good. But the reason I bring that up is because in Netflix, UNC had a Netflix documentary, North Carolina.
North Carolina, Bill Belichick style.
Bill Belichick has decided we ain't doing this anymore. How much?
UNC's a mess.
How much? They really are. Their roster's a mess, but he's a mess. How much do you think he has hurt his legacy? And he has had a legacy. I mean, people may not like him because of the hoodie and a lot of those stuff. The dude won games. I know he didn't win without Tom Brady. He won games. He won championships. He's one of the greatest coaches in football history. Whether you believe it or not, it's true. How much is he tarnishing his image, though, with his good-looking hot girlfriend on the sidelines, which is stupid, ridiculous, inflammatory, canceling this Netflix, and then doing stupid things like, well, you know what? No New England Patriots. I don't want anybody tweeting about New England, and I don't want any scouts here in New England.
Which makes no sense.
If you start from when Tom left till now, a lot of damage has been done to like the esteem and the prestige of Bill Belichick's legacy, whether it was the greatest coach of all time, whether it was what he created in New England, whether it was just his mind, his cerebral, his decision making, how he held himself, how he held the others around him. That's all taking a hit. You look at on the field, he couldn't figure it out as a head coach when Tom left. Head coach / GM. That GM side is what messed him up as well. But he couldn't figure it out as a head coach. He leaves that situation. Now he's coming back. But then it was weird because then he goes into commentating. Then he's lighter. Then people like him more. Now you're looking like, oh, you know what, man? All right, well, Bill's not technically that bad.
Maybe he's not that stiff.
And then you see Robert Kraft, how they took shots and how they set the whole New England documentary up on Prime. They didn't do Bill any favors, and it was some BS. And yeah, players come out and speak on his behalf. So now it's kind of like, all right, well, Bill's still intact. And now you see him date this 19-year-old girl that he's running out of the house on the Ring alarm. I didn't know what that was. I thought it was AI. You found out it's real. That's his girlfriend. Now she's doing documentaries. Now she's also his publicist. Now she owns a sex shop, but they're together. And now she's dating him, and now he's going to be the head coach of UNC. You just look at it, and it's a zoo. And now, because of it, I got to go back. And now everything that happens gets, because you forgot about Bill Belichick cheating, but now because of all of this, now you got to add that. Well, and he cheated, so it's taken a hit to the extent you can't call him the best coach of all time anymore. Is what I would say the biggest thing is. Like the other stuff, Bill doesn't care, so neither do I. You cannot, with a straight face, call him the best coach of all time anymore. You want to say one of? Definitely. You can't say he's the best coach of all time.
Yeah, it was definitive before, and it no longer is.
UNC, like what they are right now.
This is a joke.
Like this is how bad it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, and the UNC is not a team like Georgia or Alabama or Ohio State or whoever you call the Pantheon team. It's UNC. It's a basketball school. What they are doing this year has been the worst in the team's inception in 1800. Like, that's how bad it is right now for Bill Belichick. Not just bad in the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. This is 100-plus years bad for the UNC. They have regrets, too.
So, to that point of North Carolina
Dean Smith rolling over his grave right now.
Yeah. North Carolina being bad, which means there's not many pros in the NFL, but their one notable pro, Drake May, happens to be a Patriot, and for North Carolina, crazy. I always see Michigan's Instagram always highlighting their pros, how they're doing in the NFL. And if you're North Carolina, you can't even highlight your notable pro because he's on the Patriots.
That's a good point.
That's
a great point, Ryan.
Yeah.
So really what is UNC supposed to do?
You're
quarterback.
Cutting your nose off to spite your face. It's a joke. All right, let me get to this real quick.
Use some of that tobacco money and make him kick rocks.
I suppose so. Losing to UCF the way they did in Clemson back-to-back games hasn't helped either. Before we get out of here, I need you to listen to this really quick. I think people know this. My favorite linebacker, outside of Jack Campbell now, is Fred Warner. I think he's a phenomenal player. There's other guys who are really good, too. I like Levante David as well, but Fred Warner's the real deal. He was on ESPN for the Monday Night Football game last night on the Manning and Manning broadcast. I don't really watch that all that often, but they bring on some guests once in a while. They brought on Fred Warner, and it was a fourth down situation. If you missed it, this is what he had to say. Listen carefully.
I mean, Fred, you got to feel like these days when it's fourth down, you're just assuming teams are going for it until you see that kicker coming out, right?
Dan Campbell and the Lions was the worst thing to happen for football. No, I'm just kidding. Those guys go for it every play, so it's like now teams are like, man, that's actually not a bad idea. How about we go for it? So yeah, you do expect them to go for it all the time. Yeah, it's funny.
Going for it on fourth down, blaming Dan Campbell, tongue-in-cheek. Probably a little truth there from a defensive standpoint, but immediately brings up Dan Campbell because of not just his willingness and risk to go for it, but because of how successful and how he has really influenced, I would say, more than just the NFL. I think he's influenced college, and I think he's influenced high school teams too.
Yeah, Fred Warner's lucky that Dan Campbell didn't decide to go for it before that half was over. But just, looking at it, you're absolutely right. Watching that game yesterday, Kansas City Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. They have one of the greatest tight ends ever in Travis Kelce. You finally got some receivers back and some speed. And you got one of the greatest minds ever as it relates to the offensive side of the ball. And Andy Reid, they struggle on fourth down. 4th and 1, 4th and inches, 4th and 2. They don't even try to go for it a lot of times. You would think, everybody's going for it. Everybody can do it. No, they can't.
Very strange.
Goes back to what I say, like when the Lions go for it on fourth down, it is just a part of their package. It's just another play in the four.
It's got to be easy because Dan Campbell does it, right?
Exactly. You watch it, it's going to happen. You can't stop it, and that's typically what happens, whether they're passing the ball, whether it's a tight formation, running the ball, is what it is. Everybody else is like, man, I hope we get this first down. Like, that's just how it feels. It's crazy.
Yeah. I thought that was really good stuff from Fred Warner, in case people didn't watch it on that Manning and Manning broadcast. Before we get to the mailbag and some super chats, let's hear this from Wicked Pickle and Caesars.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to stay right here with you guys, and then we're going to kick it right back to the desk after these couple of messages. Before Wicked Pickle, I got to tell you guys, make sure you stay tapped in at the end of this show. Obviously, we hope that the Tigers get going, but we will have a watch party via the heavyweights, all right? So Woodward heavyweights.
And Woodward Wolverine.
Hey, and Woodward Wolverines.
After
tonight.
that, yeah.
Hey, let's rock. So make sure you guys stay tapped in to ongoing coverage here at Woodward Sports. But scan that QR code for Wicked Pickle. We got some information we got to break down, all right? If you're looking for the ultimate pickleball experience, check out Wicked Pickle. It's Metro Detroit's hottest indoor pickleball spot. With 10 climate-controlled courts, daily open play for all levels, and a chill. Hey, Ryan, that includes you and I. We can actually play. It says for all levels.
I don't play pickleball anymore.
Come on, bro. We gotta do this for the vibes, for the culture, right?
For the culture. All right, for the culture, yeah.
Look, they got chill lounge with TVs, ping pong, and cold drinks. It's always game on, rain or shine. If you're throwing a party or team event, they host groups from 10 to 200 people. So don't miss the APA Michigan Gold Cup, November 22 through the 23. Sign up at pickleballtournaments.com, or again, scan that QR code above my head. And also, mark your calendars for the Woodward Sports Pickleball Party, January 9th. More details are on the way.
Yeah, again, if you see me playing pickleball, don't bet me at all. But if you're looking to bet the Tigers or Mariners game today, make sure you head over to Caesar Sportsbook. And if you're a first-time user, use that code Woodward1000 or scan that QR code. What that means is if you use that code, you can bet up to $1,000, minimum bet of $20. But if that first bet doesn't hit, you get that money right back. Use code Woodward1000 or scan that QR code.
Hey, back to the desk.
Okay, let's get to some super chats. Let's get to some chats that have caught your eye and the mailbag here on the Braylon Edwards Show.
Oh, yeah, definitely want to make sure I commend the chat family again for absolutely smashing that like button today and being active in the chat. Randall Smalls with the $5 super chat from earlier. He said, Shep, not sure if you would remember this week in baseball, had a how to bend your new cap segment. I loved how to bunt with Rod Carew.
Loved Rod Carew.
Right.
I mean, I just felt like he never struck out. I loved This Week in Baseball with Mel Allen. Arguably the greatest voice in baseball history. Ernie Harwell's there. Vince Scully's there. Harry Carey's probably there.
Hi. Like, I'm telling you, like during COVID, I had a couple things like in terms of watching that I would go back to just over and over again. Like I think we all did. Everybody had an influencer you go to. Everybody had YouTube videos. Like watching Will Ferrell on SNL do Harry Carey. Like I watched that probably for 2 weeks in a row. Just I could imitate the whole thing.
Yeah, it was funny. Harry Callis would be another one. But, yeah, Mel Allen was phenomenal. Thank you.
Did you know the moon was made of cheese?
That sounds good. Next.
Randall also sent in another $5 super chat. This one for Bray. And Randall, it shouldn't. Yeah. You shouldn't be surprised, you guys. He's #1 right now. Is that crown?
Shout out. I appreciate Randall a lot, man. Like at the end of the day, he moves the needle on the show a lot. There's a lot of guys that move the needle. Whether it's Mike Ware, whether it's middle-aged sneaker chick.
Yeah,
I'm tongue tied right now trying to speak so fast. So a lot of people, and we appreciate all of you. Randall gets it going in the beginning. He gets it going at the end too, man. Appreciate you as well.
He asked you a question. He says, "Are you surprised that wide receivers that don't make teams don't change to defensive back?"
Nah, because there's a lot of work that goes in DB. It's easier to go from DB to wide receiver than go from wide receiver to DB. Like having that footwork, trying to develop that elite footwork and being able to shadow a wide receiver going backwards. Trying to learn that at 22, 23, 24. That's tough. Like we're sitting here talking about where should Travis Hunter play, and you're talking about a guy that could be elite at both, that has worked at both for a short time, but he still worked at both. Trying to figure out the DB space, man. Like, well, how are your hips? How are your knees? What does that look like? Because I wouldn't have been able to go to DB, in year 2 or 3 in the league. No, thank you.
I think it's hard for DBs to go to wide receiver because they don't have his hands. DBs are oftentimes they don't have very good hands. They really don't. I mean, most defensive there's exceptions.
Yeah,
you're not playing wide receiver if you can't catch the damn ball. And I think there's a lot of cornerbacks who are now corners because they weren't good enough to catch the football as a wide receiver.
You can buy a jug machine. Like I can't buy hips.
Yeah.
Like I can't buy hips, and I mean technically you can, but I can't buy hips and knees and that ability to be able to do that. You can't just go about bad.
Yeah. You can buy a jugs machine. That doesn't mean you're going to always catch them. But I hear what you're saying. Remember, Jerry Rice used to catch bricks.
This is
as a
true.
kid,
He's
man.
a bricklayer.
Man, soft hands. His dad was a bricklayer. That's how he. Instead of catching footballs, he's catching bricks. Soft hands. Go ahead. Sorry.
If you run 4-2, 4-3,
Yeah, right.
they will pick you up on that team, and they will deal with those couple drops
We'll give
because
it a
that
shot.
one catch is just going 75.
We'll give it a shot.
We do have one more super chat here
Okay.
from the vet of one of our vets here in the chat family, Michael Wary. He's number 2 chat member today. He says, how bad will the Lions beat KC? He believes it's going to be by 20 plus.
Damn.
I would watch out on. I mean, they're in a bad situation, but I'll watch out on that because they're still a Super Bowl champ, man. You know, Chris Jones and Andy Reid are going to figure that out at least for this game coming up. Like maybe not the rest of the season, but at least for this game coming up, because this game isn't about the Kansas City Chiefs. This is an individual one. This is about the Detroit Lions. This is about last time you played them. This is about playing the best team in the NFL. Just for competitive sakes, it's going to be a competitive game. And now with your secondary being like it is, I'm sorry, they got some guys over there that can make some plays. Talk about drop passes. Hollywood Brown's going to drop some passes, but he's going to make plays too. Tyquan Thornton, you see that speed down the field, that size, put that together. And Xavier Worthy trying to figure it out. I don't know what that ankle injury looks like. And then it is Patrick Mahomes. Isaiah Pacheco catches the ball out of the backfield.
Don't forget Smith-Schuster throws illegal blocks. That really helps.
True.
He can pick with them.
Yeah.
So that really helps. And then when you're thinking about throwing a flag, it's always good to have the most popular player in the league come up to you and say, hey, you shouldn't throw a flag right there because that is not a penalty. And the referee says, you know what, Patrick? You're right. It's not a penalty. That was blatant. That was ridiculous.
They manipulated that rule, and he does that all the time. They manipulated the rule in the sense of in a 1 yard situation like that, if you get a pick that is organic, and that's the problem, organic, natural. Who knows? Who can tell? But if you get an organic, natural pick where the receiver runs an actual route and does something, and you just happen to get a pick, it's legal within the 1 yard. The problem is Hollywood Brown. It is his cousin, by the way, so I wasn't far off. He just ran the route. Like, he ran right into him as a block. It was an intentional pick, and you can see that it was an intentional pick, even though it was only a yard and a half. So technically they could have called it. Also,
that made it 7-0. Travis Kelce a little out. I thought it was Smith-Schuster, but you said it was Hollywood Brown.
If the shoe was on the other foot, if it was the Jags, we wouldn't have an issue about.
Sure, I would. Absolutely, I would.
No, we have an issue because the Chiefs do it all the time, and it works in their favor all the time.
They get away with it quite a bit. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. By the way, here's the Tigers lineup, and then we're out of here, and the heavyweights are coming in. Carpenter leads off, plays right field. Torres bats second and plays second. Cole Keith is your designated hitter from the left side. Then Riley Green batting fourth in left field. Spencer Torkelson playing first base and batting fifth. Zach McKinstry at third base batting sixth. Then Dylan Dingler batting seventh and doing the catching. Parker Meadows in center field batting seventh. Javier Baez, the shortstop, or eighth rather. Javier Baez playing shortstop. And they are playing behind Jack Flaherty. It's in a rain delay.
12 Ks.
But hopefully it'll start up soon, and Braylon will be down there
starting back up.
waving his towel
I don't know.
ready
I'm
to
going to
go.
take a look because if it's not starting soon, well, I may just not go.
We'll be back to talk about it tomorrow here on the Braylon Edwards Show. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10-5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Barr looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.